Mics are hot.
Oh.
Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
I was going to say, is the mic tripping?
Nah, it's the fan. We got to get some cool air up in here. It was hot.
All right. Sticker.
Yeah.
Link.
Bluetooth speaker up?
Huh?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Y'all hear it? We good?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Oh, we are good. What it do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Str8 Radio Podcast. We are good. I just heard myself loud and fucking clear. Hey, but hey, this is Str8 Radio Podcast. We gonna call this episode motherfucking 1. This is a new journey, a new beginning. We are on YouTube Live once again. We ain't been on YouTube Live probably for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. We was doing some transitional phase again to our own new location, our headquarters, our office. But shout out Kevin Nash from KJLH and Accelerated Radio for the platform he has given us for the last 8 to 9 years at Accelerated Radio. But now, this is Str8 Radio. This is episode 1. I got my co-host next to me, Shaded. What it do?
What it do, y'all?
I got BTW in the motherfucking house. I got LEG in the motherfucking house.
Hello, everybody.
I got Sneaks in the motherfucking house.
What it do, what it could
and
be.
And the man behind the... Oh, my bad. Keep do it again. I got Sneaks behind the house.
What it do, what it could be, over there is what it should be.
And I got my man, shot by Red Eye, behind the scenes, conducting the board. He's learning that ATM Mini switcher, you pro, you dig? But hey, hello, he says, everybody. He's rolling up some weed, you feel me? Make sure you pass that to me. But no, how y'all doing, man? How was this weekend? You know, it was Mother's Day. It was a fucking little heat wave that we did not expect out here in Los Angeles, California. You know, like even out here in LA, it was fucking hot. Like the valley, it reached to like 100 and 102.
No.
You feel me? Like in like Granada Hills, Chatsworth area, it reached like 103. Nigga.
That sounds stupid.
That sounds ridiculous.
Like hella ridiculous. I was like, man, this is like pre-summer shit. Like we're getting like tested for pre-summer right there.
AKA it's gonna be hot as fuck.
AKA, I know we working out these camera situations. We working out the situation of the seating and everything. But hey, just bear with us. You dig? The Str8 Radio. Bear with us.
Man, I'm comfortable.
They comfortable. Y'all didn't even give me a cup to drink. Damn.
Dude, you said, where is the brandy? I said, it's by your foot.
You did, but I didn't get a cup.
I didn't say it's across the room. I didn't say it's around the corner. I didn't say it's in the car. I said it's by your foot.
You know what
chose not to get a cup?
Now, you know what it is? I don't know what it is. I don't want to sweat so much with these lights. You feel me?
You gonna sweat regardless. Might as well do it with a drink.
Nah.
That big wool bitch you got on your body, so...
Yeah, this nigga stepped out like he was, what's his
No,
name?
for real. You knew you were about to be tucked in here with 3 other people. You're like...
You call me a bitch?
That's what you
No,
were.
shirt.
You called you a wool bitch.
I heard, man. Why did
Wool.
Well, we good though. But hey, how y'all doing? How was your weekend? I'm gonna let that slide, Duffy. But we good.
Oh, fuck no. No. You're not gonna do that to me online.
Wow.
But hey, how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing?
It's,
You ain't drinking? You want to drink, Shaded? You want some wine or some liquor?
I mean, you know, we gonna get to it.
Oh yeah, we got a long show. We got a lot of topics. You feel me? We're gonna be getting a lot of giving y'all entertainment. That's straight entertainment. We gonna be talking about that Tory LANEZ. He got stabbed up today. He's doing well. We gonna be talking about that DIDDY trial.
Ooh. That
nigga, they came out. The prosecution came out hard. But if they focus this case on Cassie, then they might lose that case. They need to focus on the whole thing. You dig? But this is only day 1.
We got 2 crazy topics already.
Already. What else we gonna be talking about? Like, would you rather go to a K-Dot concert or a Chris Brown concert? You know, or you want? We got a new pope. The pope is from Chicago. You feel me? So the Vatican's about to be strapped the fuck up. You feel me? Chirac in the Vatican, crazy.
Wow.
He gonna be praying for the bullets,
Yeah,
nigga.
The
The first American pope.
Crazy, right?
That's it's crazy.
I thought it was gonna be black. I wish he was black. Imagine the first black pope
That's getting a little
from Chicago.
too crazy.
Wait, was the black dude from Chicago too?
No.
The black dude was from Chicago also?
No. I wish there was a black pope.
He was from Chicago too. They really was gonna be getting guns.
You feel me? Harold's chicken at the Vatican,
What
nigga.
nationality is he?
He say he's Creole, but it doesn't mean he's black.
I don't. Yeah, I didn't.
I never understood.
Can you be Creole without having had a black person in there
don't
involved?
know.
I don't think so.
I don't think you can have Creole without
I don't know
some
about that. So
involvement. No,
Yeah, I think you're right.
what we need
I
is a
don't
pump
know.
from California.
no. Speak up, Shay. Speak up. Come
No,
on.
I mean,
Help me out
I
here.
think so. I'm pretty sure there gotta be some black in there, but I don't know. I didn't check into what his nationality is.
The
That's
first
a
time
good
I heard
question.
about a Creole is I heard that they had some black in them.
That's what I've known, but
All
I don't
right.
want to speak matter of factly.
Hey, but shout out the new pope.
Ain't you
though.
Creole?
Whatever the case, he's Catholic.
Who?
You?
I ain't Creole.
Oh.
Never that.
You was like
God
right
damn
over
it.
there.
I ain't no disrespect to Creoles, but I'm just not a Creole. No, that ain't me. But never mind. I love Creoles. I love
White,
Creoles.
right, but fully black. I
I love
thought
the
he was Creole.
But also, we're going to be talking about some new movies and new series that people need to watch. You know, we're going to talk about our favorite series that we watching on TV. And last night I went to go see The Accountant 2, so I'm going to give y'all my opinion on The Accountant 2.
Don't give nothing away.
Well, I ain't going to give my review then because that shit is fire.
I've been wanting to see it.
Yeah. I'll let you know. We can talk about Sinners. Everybody see Sinners?
No.
Nigga, hey, we need to go to a movie homie
flip
day or
this-
something, dog. Like, we need to go to the movies.
Shit, tomorrow I'm about to go see Thunderbolt.
We can go, I heard that shit was
Flip
trash.
the script. Did you see Dog Man? You saw that latest Dog Man movie? That shit was dope. Dog Man. You don't know about Dog Man?
You're a mother, so you're
So
supposed
there
to
was
say
like,
shit like that. Is
yeah, there was like a police officer and his dog, and they both got caught in an explosion. They could only save the dog's head because that's the only part that worked, but then they
And
could
the
only
man's
save the
body.
man's body. So they had to put the dog on the man,
This
his
is a
dog
cartoon,
man.
right?
Yeah, I had to research it. I'm like, what type of person is gonna come with this?
Nah.
It's based off an 8-year-old's book. That
Yes,
I'm
actually.
good. I'm good on that. I'm good
My
on
son
that.
read every one of those books, so he was waiting for that movie.
I bet.
Also,
right.
Yeah, you're a mother.
I ain't trying to see that. I ain't trying to see that. That's cool. Also, we're gonna be talking about that Mother's Day, but fucked up on Mother's Day. Lil Wayne kicked out his girlfriend and her daughter on Mother's Day.
I hate
out
to be
the
that
house.
person, but what did she do?
Yeah, what did she?
Like,
She was just.
let's not victim blame, but you
Don't
know,
victim
but what
blame,
did she do?
I'm like, she's dating a rapper. Like, you should expect some shit like that to happen.
You should expect that if you're dating a rapper.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Two sons that
especially for the history of the rapper.
Like maybe she heard that he treated Lauren London real good, and she was like, "Oh, that's how I'm gonna get treated."
Nah,
I was like, what's the history of the rapper? Because I ain't heard no shit like this before coming out of Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I'm like, when?
nah, but Lil Wayne, he has hoes.
That's what she said.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody
She was
knows.
one of them,
Everybody
so why
knows Lil Wayne got hoes. He's a top rapper. He A-list rapper.
She said he put me out on Mother's Day with my daughter, and he got two more flying in, and you know he has plenty more.
You know, so it's going down here today. You feel me? Also, we gonna get that review on that Lefty Gunplay album. You feel me? Can't get right.
Can't get
Listen
right.
to it.
Shout out to the West.
Shout out Lefty Gunplay, but really shout out my man Jason.
Martin.
You heard problem, Jason Martin. Yeah, I was about to say a whole nother. I was gonna say problem, just not. But Jason Martin. But nah, he changed his name. But he executive produced it, featured on it, and he really gave Lefty Gunplay a real motherfucking like platform to do his shit. You know, like he really studied him. You know, he gave him he taught him up. I'm gonna say it, but he coached him. That's what I'm saying. He coached him right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
He
know.
guided him very well, you know, with the features as well. He got some good features like The Game, Wally the Sensei, Ty Dolla $ign, RJ. So he even got Storm DeBarge on there rapping. You know, like why you look up like that early when I said that?
I don't know. I'm looking at the fact that I'm gonna need a refill already. I'm like, shit.
I got you.
I'm down to
These
the.
topics we finna go through.
Oh yeah, we about to go through all
We
these
about to talk
topics,
about
you know.
some
But hey,
shit.
Storm DeBarge she rapped in Spanish too. Did y'all know she spoke Spanish before? She spoke English.
You know,
She's
we
bilingual.
listened to that shit and we did not hear that song
We
at
didn't even
all.
get that deep
But I'm
into
very
it.
critical
It's
of
at the
people who rap in
end. Ooh,
Spanish, like even the people who speak Spanish, because a lot of the times their Spanish is very no sabo Spanish. So I'm very
I don't
critical.
know which one y'all want. I don't know y'all.
Yeah, I'm about to-
It's that no sabo. It's so no sabo. Technically, not. It doesn't actually mean shit. But they want it to mean I don't know because it's like the Spanglish version of saying I don't know. Oh. The correct version is no sé, but saying no sabo is just showing and making fun of how much they don't actually know their language and shit, you know? Oh, that's crazy. And that's why they're called no sabo kids. Usually a second generation Mexican.
Second generation.
For y'all to not know, LEG is Mexican. Yeah, now y'all do know.
I'm sure they. People need to put it together. No, I got it over here. Thank you.
You know the way that.
You said ashtray or tray?
You said ashtray.
Well, how light bright this nigga Bankhead is, they had to figure out. They want to make sure that you are Mexican. You know.
Which one are you guys drinking from? The brandy or the wine?
I'll take the brandy.
You guys, I just set it down by you.
But now I always get not disrespect. What happened?
I need mixer in here. Oh, no. I'll drink it straight. You guys can. Go
is
ahead.
That first,
be brave.
is that cup with the soda? Yeah.
But I like a Cuba. Thank you. If you spill, I want to be able to blame you.
You can pass it over here and I'll do it. Pass it over here and I'll do it. Here, hold that. Let me open this up.
As long as I don't get blamed, I am A-okay.
Shout out to the chat. Y'all see what we got going on. Don't blame us.
Oh yeah, I gotta start saying that shit to I gotta start being like Kai Sinat. Shout out to the chat.
W chat.
Just make sure y'all get y'all drinks. Don't judge our drinks. Get your drink.
W stream.
Thank you. Oh my God, it's so like.
So you don't pour out of control.
It feels like we're on an airplane.
Or is that you?
No. No, not the movement, but the lack of space. You know, the like.
Nah, the drink's too big.
Huh? No shit. So fun fact, actually, let's start giving some free game. If you fly with the liquor and like the mini liquor shots, you could take all of them in your carry-on. So what I do is I fill up. I think it's a maximum of 10. So I fill up 10 little shots, the mini shots or whatever. I put them in my purse. Take that right on the plane. As soon as we get on the plane, all I need is a little soda, and I'm already pouring.
I see you got irritated too. Like, come on, nigga.
Yeah, because they give you free drinks. So you just take your own alcohol, and you already straight, so you ain't got to worry about nothing. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to worry about them coming down the aisle every 2 hours to give you another drink. You just be like, I got mine right here. Keep on refilling.
What do you put it in?
Mini shots.
You just get a cup just like this.
Once we pour it out. Yeah. They give you cups on the airplane. So you just take your mini shots in your bag. Okay. And then when you're ready, excuse me, can I get a cup? You know, pour out
you know those alcoholic shots that you get from the liquor store? Yeah, so that's what you use.
Oh, yeah, I already know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's fine.
So
that's
to
fine.
beat that, you know.
Okay.
You could also do, you could buy it at those, you could buy alcohol at that, what is it called? The tax-free? Yeah, you could buy it there and shit, but then that's still more expensive.
Yeah, I must say more expensive.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I buy my little bottle like that. I fill up our little 10. My dad and I, we'll trade them off because we both drink a lot.
Okay. I feel that. No, I mean, because they always have those, liquid limits. So
yeah.
Okay.
We live in the chat.
Alcoholic tips, damn it.
Hey, but this past weekend was Mother's Day. How was y'all's Mother's Day? Happy Mother's Day, Ellie.
Thank you.
You heard, Sneaks, what y'all do for Ellie for her Mother's Day?
Yeah, she's the mother. Let her tell you.
Ooh.
Mother's Day. I woke up. Well, we all woke up, and then him and our son took off for about 2 hours, and then they came back with food to cook for breakfast, balloons, flowers, some flowers for my mom, card that still needs to be signed, but it's okay because it's there and that's what matters, and chocolates and gummies and yeah. Okay. Did I forget anything?
A bottle.
And a bottle. Oh yeah, the bottle that we're drinking right now.
Hey!
Yeah, there we go. That's when you're like, oh, you didn't text back. I didn't text anybody back. I was passed out for about 3 hours of Mother's Day.
I came back from the store with everything, and I'm like, we're gonna make breakfast. I brought juice and everything to go with the breakfast. She grabbed the cup and made her drink.
He gave me a bottle. I thought I was supposed to open the gift.
That's what you're supposed to do.
She said that's what you're supposed to do.
But yeah, overall, I believe that it was a very good Mother's Day. We had fun. We ate great. Made French toast and every shit. Mm-hmm. We spent time together as a family. My son gave her bag.
Whoop ass and dominoes.
Oh yeah, he did for our ass and dominoes.
Oh wow, okay.
Our son is 8, and we taught him how to play. And
are we 5 minutes in?
Once he learned how to play, he just been whooping our ass ever since. Like it's not even though we letting him win. He's just really fucking us over. We went to 100.
Ain't no beginners looking at that.
Nah, he
just know how to add. He a good mathematician.
Yeah, you can just do math.
And he learned to talk shit.
I know that's right.
He'll come out the gate like, 15, put me on the board.
I know that's right. That's right.
That's my son. Yep.
When he get the cuss, he gonna be like, yeah, mama. My bad.
He be like, nick and dime. He don't like that shit.
Oh, yeah, he hates that.
This the brandy.
You already
I'm nickel and dime. Nickel and dime.
He don't like
He hates it when I say it.
Especially straight niggas.
We'll play, but he don't like when we call it.
Brandy.
Oh,
Take one.
Yeah,
Take
he'll
one.
play.
I haven't drank brandy straight since college.
All right, have fun with it.
Who's going to college?
Nah, we was talking about we ain't
college.
drunk brandy in a long time, and it already hit me in the way I'm sweating.
We should do one of those things. What's it called? What do they say on the podcast when everybody starts going off on their own subject? And we got to bring it back to the topic.
Tangents.
Radio.
One mic, something
Radio.
like that.
There you go.
But to stick to the brandy topic real quick, so I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first came home and I pulled up with my wife and her family, and you know I put my brothers out here, my sisters, we all out here at the house, and my wife is like, look, this some brandy. It's called Presidente. You know, it's different. This one different.
It's Spanish brandy.
You know, we black people, we fuck with Henny, we fuck with E&J, you know, we Remy, so niggas like, that's just some more brandy.
Yeah.
My whole family was in the house, passed out. I'm talking about, we making fun of my brother because he passed out. We sitting a baby on top of his head. Baby,
Like everybody was taking pictures.
my nephew was only like 3 months old. We sit here putting the baby on top of his head.
That's crazy.
Like my other brother, he passed out.
With a dirty diaper?
Hell no dirty diaper, nigga. We from the east side, but we ain't that easty.
Nah, the baby mom was there. The baby mom was there.
The first thing that you went to is the diaper was dirty.
You see, baby shouldn't even been brought up. We was just
crazy.
I was just letting know, like, yeah, he better be fucked up off that brandy.
Do y'all say Happy Mother's Day to people that are pregnant?
Yeah.
And the people that lost
Even though
their
they
baby.
ain't out, that's about to be a mother.
Like even on Mother's Day, do y'all just say Happy Mother's Day to every older woman you see?
Nah.
Every woman.
Because you don't know who you could be hurting. There's a lot of older women that could have not had a baby, and they're just like bitter about it, and you're like, Happy Mother's Day, and they're like, fuck you.
Actually, I'm glad that you brought that up because I was delivering.
Who, me or her?
Everybody.
Oh,
To everybody. You get the credit.
I didn't know. I didn't know what we were talking about.
You did, Bankhead.
Kudos, Bankhead. You brought it
No, I
up.
didn't know what we was talking about.
Because of what you said about you wish every woman. Every woman. So I was delivering flowers over the weekend.
Oh, I got another one. I keep on.
And the people that I did encounter, you know, who were actually home, a lot of times it was like, "Oh, Happy Mother's Day," and it just made me think like, why do you automatically assume that every woman is a mother? So, and usually I wouldn't say it was always men, but a lot of times it was guys. And it's just like, why do you assume that I'm a mom? Because I'm a woman.
Facts. I done that before.
It made me think like, okay, at Father's Day, every man I see, I'm going to just say Happy Father's Day because all you niggas are dads.
And honestly, even the ones that don't know it.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I was just like,
because no, that happened to me a couple times before where I say Happy Mother's Day to her and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey, I don't have kids, or I don't want kids, or I can't, you know."
See, and why you gotta bring that shit up?
So I was just like, I always don't even try to mention, but sometimes, like yesterday when I was doing some deliveries and shit, tell me why some motherfuckers was like waiting for me to say Happy Mother's Day to them. You know, I said, "Have a good day, Happy Sunday." Ooh. Cause just because of that situation from the past, I don't want to offend nobody, you know. And I'm another thing, because I was doing a lot of deliveries for Mother's Day, right, and buying flowers and chocolate for people. Mm-hmm. Is that real love? If your significant other, your family member, come in and Instacart you or Uber Eats your ass some fucking flowers and say, "Oh, here's your present," as a mother, would you accept that?
Hold on. What if you can't make it? Because I just Uber Eats it some a birthday cake to my grandmother because she's in Mexico. So I'm like, I can't be there personally, but there's Uber Eats Mexico, and I shot her a cake.
But Mother's Day, you're not like, well, that's a little personal. You know
I mean, I feel like if maybe you're assuming that they live with them or like they have access to them.
What if they're in
Wisconsin? If that's the case, like I'm in the house with you and I Uber Eats or I DoorDash.
No, okay.
That's crazy. And I have the means to go get some, like that's crazy.
Or what if it's something like, honestly, if I was rich, I would do some shit like, you know what, I'm gonna DoorDash my mom some flowers and some shit and a card in the morning, and then I'm gonna go and like take her out to brunch or something. But I just wanted to start her day out, with something nice without me having to go and hand deliver it, and then I'll hand deliver some other shit later.
That's fair.
It depends, like, cause it's like you get flowers. What type of flowers? Where are your mother's favorite flowers?
Nah, I get that too, but nigga, these motherfuckers going to Vons in Browse. You heard? $18. Like, those are still good flowers, don't get me wrong, because I got put on game from the flowers, because I used to pay like $35, $40 for flowers, and it's like, nigga, just go to Ralph's or Vons, $15, $16, the same type of shit. I said, for real? So I did that. But when I did do these deliveries yesterday, right, tell me why majority of the people that came and got these fucking flowers were men.
Like receiving them?
Receiving them, like they come and getting hand delivery to this person. They'll come out their house and say, "Thank you, my man."
That's because they
so
want
he
to grab
could so he could be the one that hit it. That's smart as fuck.
That's bullshit. I feel like
so there's hold on.
They don't have to even leave. You could be at home preparing breakfast and shit, and then by the time you're done with breakfast, the flowers arrive. You get to take your wife her breakfast with the flowers.
Now I can answer your question because you said majority of them came outside, which means yes. It's okay for them to have this shit delivered to them because they still made it feel special. It wasn't like somebody, random person knocked on the woman's door was like, here you go. That means they were still being nice enough to be like, I'm doing something else. I can't go to the store. Bring them to me. And I can hand them to my wife.
That's just a lazy thought. I feel like that's just lazy and like.
Look, number two. I want to say this.
Thoughtful for the flowers, my favorite flowers, but damn, you can't even get your ass up to drive 5 minutes to the store and go get them.
Like
Thank you for not doing that. Go ahead, Red Eye.
When I got off of work, I went to go get my grandmother for some sunflowers. She loves sunflowers, so I got her a bouquet of sunflowers.
So your ass got up, drove.
When I got off of work, I went and got
you had it in your mind.
But if you were a man of wealth, let's say you just got it like that. Fuck it, eat 2, throw 2 out the window because you got it like that. If you were like that, you telling me you wouldn't be like, fuck it, I'm gonna order these flowers, have them delivered to me at my job, so all I gotta do is drive straight to my grandmother's house.
That makes it easier.
There you go. See.
But if he's rich and all that, it's not gonna be no fucking $18 fucking Ralph flowers.
I mean,
it's gonna be a big.
That's like a $70 bouquet.
It's gonna be a big. Trust me, it's not. It's gonna be a big ass, bouquet of flowers.
A big ass bouquet of flowers on DoorDash is gonna be probably about what, $200 by the time you're done with it. Come on, deliveries, fees, and tip on a holiday.
But like DoorDash or like Uber or Instacart, they're not going to go to those type of stores and get those type of flowers. Those type of flowers are going to be at fucking flower shops, that actually do that type of shit.
Flower shops also have DoorDash.
Yeah, they do.
They also do DoorDash and all that.
And you got flowers.
I ain't putting on fucking 1,000 flowers in my fucking car. I ain't doing that. If it's $20 though, I'm doing that. And I'm taking some and dropping off some of mine.
What I want to say is shout out to the people that did put in the orders.
Give up that, fuck that.
Because the people that put in the orders are the ones that made sure the people that was DoorDashing this shit got paid that day.
Exactly.
So I ain't worried about nobody that's sitting here doing the shit. If it's lazy and it's fucked up, that's fucked up on their behalf. Thank you to the people that did it because now the workers got some money.
Driving the economy.
And we know that we ain't that type of person. We gonna go get that shit ourselves. You feel me?
And then
two, I want to say shout out to Bonds because Bonds on Fridays they have $5 roses every week. Not just on special days. On special days, actually, they not $5.
Ooh, some more free game, gentlemen. You want to make it seem like you give a fuck? $5 every Friday, $5 a week. Come on.
Or
spend more on
the east side. The Mexicans be selling the bouquet, the beautiful bouquets of flowers, the fresh flowers.
All day.
For $5?
Every week.
Ain't $5, nigga.
I spent about $200 on flowers yesterday, so.
Damn.
And then the third thing I gotta say is, do y'all think that bitch got...
How many moms you got?
You got all sisters.
That's what I said. How many moms you got?
You got all sisters.
My mom passed away in 2019. So I bought my grandmother a bouquet of sunflowers, and then I bought some flowers for my mom to put on her grave yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then
my bad.
a couple other people I knew had flowers, so I came like a
I'm like, you got all women in your family.
Huh?
You got all women in your family.
Yeah.
So, I bet. Yeah.
So y'all done cut me off to get to my last part. Y'all cut me off, so I gotta say. Thirdly,
a lot of parts. God dang.
I didn't know.
Part 3
cut you off.
If y'all would shut up so I can get there, y'all be able to figure out what my third part is gonna be.
Part 3 subsection B.
My third part is gonna be, do y'all think that bitch got flowers before she got kicked out of the house by Lil Wayne?
Ooh, shit.
No.
Nah.
No, you know what she got? You know what she got? She got two of his assistants there to escort her out the property, make sure she's out the house.
Well, it wasn't escort. It was to carry her shit because she was complaining about how I just got my body done. I just got a mommy makeover. I can't lift anything. So he was like, all right, here goes some people to go lift shit.
Like, all right, I'm Lil Wayne, bitch.
Basically, here you go. Somebody's going to go lift the shit now.
Now go use that investment, that mommy makeover, and go get you a house.
And there you go. You know what was it?
Because basically that mommy makeover was just a fucking investment.
OnlyFans.
You know, like, so.
Get you a house.
Go find somebody. You know, but yeah, that shit is crazy with Lil Wayne. When I seen that shit this morning, I was like, damn, Lil Wayne. But I'm like, look at how many baby mamas he got.
Why would you pay for a body and then dump it?
So it seemed like that's not his baby mama either. No. Nobody said he paid for the body.
Yeah, nobody said he paid for the body, but niggas though he probably paid for that.
I didn't know what she did to get kicked out.
We all trying to figure out that.
That's why.
Yeah, I think he paid for that.
I think he paid for it.
That's
why I say that's crazy to pay for it and not even get to use it the first time. You know. Imagine buying a woman a fresh ass and you don't even get to be the first one to hit it.
Oh.
I mean, he done bought so many bodies, it don't matter at this point, probably. Yeah. I mean, a lot of them niggas. Like,
hey, what's the average?
Like
what's the average
jewelry.
you think a rapper would pay for some ass and titties to get done?
30,000.
Yep.
How you know?
They will break the bank.
I don't know, but I'm just saying. That's what I think that's the number.
We just said you responded too quick.
For real,
matter of fact,
yeah.
goddamn 30,000. Wait a minute, that's too specific.
He can't just Google.
We said average.
Why would he have Googled it?
I wasn't Googling, but we're talking about average. I don't know, but I'm going to say 30,000.
You done some price checks, baby?
No, I have not.
You seen how much it would be?
I'll be passing
Nope.
Pass over.
Pass that shit.
Yeah, he broke
See,
up.
and that's what I'm wondering though. Like, if he broke up with her over text.
Yeah, that's crazy. He got other shit to do, man. He Lil Wayne.
That bitch was crazy if you broke up with her over text.
But she crazy. He didn't even, like, why would you even get in a relationship with Lil Wayne? You know what? He got hoes. You was probably one of them. He just liked you at one point.
That nigga funny looking
That's
too.
what I said.
So
he is very funny looking.
She was more likely in it for the money. You heard her daughter in the background. And my birthday's next week. What the fuck is what this relationship
That's not
with
your
your
daddy.
got to do with your birthday?
Yeah, that's what I said. When I was watching the video, I was like, where your daddy at, ho?
Well, he
somewhere watching that video?
Well, she had probably already been like, you know, they've probably been talking about the little girl's birthday.
They probably was talking about it, but he ain't.
Oh, yeah, he probably made promised her some shit,
like,
you know,
she had
party
already said,
or something.
oh, I want this. And he's like, oh, okay, I got you. You know, whatever. Especially because they were on good terms at the time.
Mama probably didn't
so
do
for her, she's like, wait, what about me? You said, you know, can you blame the little girl like you told me?
Is it a little girl? It's not.
I don't know how old she is.
teenager.
I'm trying to get
Either way.
Imagine if he loved the kids and he still paid for the party.
I mean, because I promised you that outside of what happened with me and your mom, and that I'm never, like, I'm not fucking with y'all. You know, like, this is it. I did tell you that I was going, you know, and the money's it's not, you know, but.
He probably already put some deposits down. You know, shit like that got to be ahead of time. He probably already paid for the venue.
But,
Yeah. Shout out Lil Wayne, though. Drop that Carter.
Yeah, you heard about that? Carter 6 supposed to be coming?
It's coming.
No.
Are you interested?
Yes.
Red Eye?
I stopped listening after the Carter 4.
Still just gotta listen to it because it's the classic. You don't know
Ladies,
what's gonna be heard.
are we interested in Lil Wayne?
I don't know. I might, just because it's like, what are you talking about? But I'm not, like, there's no real expectations or, like, no. Like, not like, ooh, like, you know, like 2000s Lil Wayne where you like, oh, what's he about to drop? No.
I think he's still got the skill to make some dope music, but it's also like, let's see how he works with the times, because he can't just expect to go on there and be using the same old people or just be fully carrying it by himself. Like, let's see who he links up with. I feel like that's what's making a lot of the older artists nowadays, the younger talent that they're linking up with.
Hey, no, I'm
not that it needs it, but just like I think
it's gonna sound so fucked up. But I'm about to admit my truth. It was probably over 10 years ago. Me and the homies was getting some weed, and this is like when he was having his seizures and shit, you know. And I was like,
oh damn, I forgot about that.
And I was like in the back of the car getting some weed, smoking. And I was like, Lil Wayne ain't gonna be here in the next 10 years. He gonna die from an overdose or something.
That's crazy.
That walk.
But
he just put that out.
I know that's a hell of a for real.
No, but this is what I'm saying. This is what was my fucking. This is what I said. Like past 10 years, you know, like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, and it's been 10 years, and he's still here, so. Salute.
Thank God you were wrong.
Yeah, thank God I was wrong, yes.
That's why I fuck with you, Bankhead, because you are willing to say some crazy shit like that out loud. Like, that was 10 years ago, you did not have to say it.
I was with the homies.
That shit, wow.
I was with the homie CJ, the homie Devon, and the homie motherfucking Renee.
Stop telling them niggas. They ain't a part
They
of
cool,
this.
they just all good. I ain't tell last
That's crazy. You know what's crazy as hell? The setup. Like, you were like, you know, I was with my homie this one time when we were going and we were picking up some weed, and then, like, we were in the back of the car, and we were listening to da-da-da-da-da, and then it still had to do with, like, I think Lil Wayne is going to die within the next 10 years. Like, that's a completely different setup. That's not what I expected that story to go.
I had a real feeling of prophecy, like, this nigga just go.
Prophecy.
He just
you had to set it up. Like, I had to go pick up weed,
I'm like,
smoke
he's
in the
just
back
going
of the car,
down. Like, he's just going downhill. I'm like, he was one of the top rappers type shit. So I was like, it's sad seeing this nigga keep destroying his body type shit. That's what it was.
Am I the only nigga I was finna say? Lil Wayne was having seizures. And, you know, I was picking up some weed, so I was like, you know what, I don't even want to smoke no more. I thought that's where the story was gonna go.
I told you, did I give you a little disclaimer, a little warning before this?
Nah, I assume that you were
like a crazy pickup story.
Nah,
see, we both the same shit.
I gave y'all a little warning disclaimer before I said it, so don't get mad at me. I'm just sharing my fucking.
Remember when you couldn't pick up weed on every corner?
I'm sharing my truth.
Remember when you couldn't just pick up weed on every corner?
Yeah.
And we actually had to go to somebody and shit.
Sharing my truth, man.
Yeah, you had to make sure it's the right plug.
Shout out Lil Wayne though. Like I'm
sure.
happy I was wrong. Thank you, Shady. Thank you.
So for the people that's on camera watching but can't see Red Eye's over there smoking a gorilla finger.
I was wondering, is that's weed?
Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
Look,
what you got in there? Like 2
100
grams? 3 grams?
A gram and a half.
You got 1/8 in there, okay.
I know 100
I
niggas
believe it. I
can't
can only
beat up
see
a
from here
gorilla,
very
but
well.
somehow we
Yeah,
got this nigga finger.
Oh yeah, that 100 gorilla versus one.
Somehow we got that nigga finger. That motherfucker chunky.
Yeah.
Count me out. I don't even want to be in that.
You'll see me smoking his finger. He'll back up off me.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but like I said in my confessions, if I had a lot of money, I would pray on the week and just to see that for entertainment.
That's fucked up. You like Squid Game some people?
Fucking
Against the
gladiator
gorilla?
over here.
Yeah.
So you'll become a Mr.
Gorilla
Beast.
Gladiator game sponsored by Bankhead.
You become a Mr. Beast.
It will be Bankhead.
Sponsored by Straight Out the Trunk Radio.
No, it'll be something
underneath it.
Offshore type shit.
The umbrella. Oh,
Did you watch Gladiator 2? That's a good one. Did you watch Gladiator 2?
Fuck no.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch Gladiator 1.
Damn it.
You ever seen the first one?
No.
Really? Oh, you have to watch the first one.
That wasn't entertaining.
I do want to go watch.
The first
I want
one
to
just
take
randomly.
both.
Are you not entertained?
Yep.
No, I'll just watch that.
May I confess?
Matchup.
I just watched the first one this year as well, just so I can be ready to watch the second one, because the second one was being said to be so great.
Right.
So I went back to watch the first one just to understand the second one better, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a great movie.
See.
Fuck
That's
that.
a great confession. At least
I never seen it, so like it just don't seem very entertaining to me.
Shit.
You will be entertained.
Are you not?
You will be entertained.
Oh, that was
back when they were still
you
able
not
to use
entertained?
animals in filming and shit. Like, that's some real lions. That's not no CG.
Yeah.
People could have died.
That was real people. That was real
Yeah,
lions?
that puts the rush in the movies.
For
you know?
real?
Yeah.
Because back, I mean, at the
Did you-
time.
was
It
that
wasn't
happening?
shit back in the day, so they had all types of animals in the
Did that happen in
movies.
Gladiator 2? Did they have real people?
Nah, in Gladiator 2 it was all
They
CG.
had this, like,
Yeah,
boat
See, now I want to
scene
see it now.
where
The
it's
water in the
big ass
Coliseum.
palace
Nah,
filled with
I'm
water.
gonna watch it.
You got some
Ain't
CG
Denzel in the
sharks.
second one?
Yeah.
And Denzel did great.
Oh, my God.
He owns gladiators. That's why he's like, you're gonna come out dressed like Denzel and shit. Just
How long was Denzel on the screen for?
All the movies.
but yeah, he was a main character.
I don't want to kill them. I don't want to.
Don't do it.
All right, be quiet, be
Don't
quiet.
do it then, nigga.
Because you know how they use
Nah,
you know
main
how they
character
use
for
black
sure.
actors to draw in the black communities and
Nah,
shit.
not
Nah,
Denzel.
this one.
Not Denzel. Come
Denzel
on.
Nah,
They don't
played
do
the-
that.
Nah, I get what you're saying, but hey, have y'all heard that conspiracy like on Netflix? Like if y'all watch a movie and there's a black character and
They
you
put it on your.
they put it on your display as the
Yeah.
and he's only on the movie for like 10 minutes or like 5 minutes on the screen just so you can watch it just for your demographic.
That's not
So-
a conspiracy. That's a major
did that
marketing
with,
tactic. It's called tokenism,
But I ain't
and
gonna
it's been
lie.
around
And I can't call it racist because honestly,
racist.
Netflix changes up the cover of their movies or TV shows every 2 to 3 months.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they'll switch out the cover with different people, blacks, whites, or whatever. So I'm not gonna put that token on Netflix at all.
No, they do though. It's Women's Month. They're gonna be putting the woman that's the main character of that person on there. They even end up having a little list that's like strong female leads or whatever. Lately on Max, did you know it's Jewish Month? I didn't until I saw that playlist on Max.
I watched the movie with Method Man. He was in the movie for 5 minutes. I said, hold on now.
Huh?
Asian American Pacific Islander Month.
When is it?
Oh, see, shit, I don't know.
I didn't know they had one. That's a good one.
I'm not good with acronyms.
Yeah. And I went to see The Accountant 2 last night.
Oh,
if you ain't seen the
first one,
if you ain't seen the first one,
what is it?
I ain't gonna. I can't tell you.
No, what is it about?
Okay. You want to tell us shit?
It's about an accountant.
So the accountant is
So I can't tell the
basically.
second
Well, no, it's just to give them a premise of what the whole story is about. It's starring Ben Affleck, starting there. And he's he's an autistic he's an autistic kid or autistic person. But it's like a severe autistic to where like he hyper fixates on details. And because of his upbringing, which his father was in the military, and he didn't believe in like him being different and things like that. So he put him through like these rigorous like combat training and stuff like that. And so basically he became like a contract killer, but like one of the like meticulous ones that like the most scary, like the most head motherfucker's gonna hire him.
So it's got nothing to do with accounting.
No, but he's an account. He's actually in real life he's an
mathematician.
Because
he's
so
for like bad people, like cooking your books and shit. But he has the skill to defend himself.
So it's like a beautiful mind with a gone gangster.
Imagine John Wick.
And beautiful
for sure.
Yeah,
like that. But he also like by day is an actual accountant. So that's the thing about like he does do like the books for like crazy ass motherfuckers, but at the same time he actually is an accountant too, but he's like great with numbers. Like, you say like 125,000 times 295,000, he's like 695,000, and you're just like, oh, and he like,
but also he's militant, like from his dad's training. So and his brother, the brother is a Punisher. And you know who Punisher?
Yeah,
the actor who plays Punisher.
Yeah,
him. Forgot his name, but
and they both were raised
he's
like
a great
that,
actor.
But obviously just because the way he's like neurodivergent, so he doesn't emotionally emote like everybody else. So he's just very stoic and like everything
Still
is just
face.
like, like
his character plays like how he talks. It's just no
like
emotion.
If you watch like Love on the Spectrum and like how they are, where it's just like, yeah, I like you, and like there's no. Like, you're pretty.
No influx in the voice.
Like, it's just... like I'm just pop. I
gotta watch it. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Or higher or lower.
Whatever happened to his brain is only like it only happens to like 1 in 100 something people.
Yeah, so it's like it wasn't Asperger's. It was just some type of like.
I think it's just severe. Like he's just
some
really
spectrum.
far
like
on the spectrum as far as autism.
So that's part 2 added to part 1.
Yes.
It's worth it.
Yes, it is.
What is it on?
It's in the theaters now. Movie theaters.
The first account you can watch on I think Hulu.
I think it's on Prime.
Cool, we got
on
it.
Prime Max.
We got Prime too.
Or Max.
We got Max too.
Yeah, watch that shit, man. Watch that shit. That shit is fire. Fire. But hold on, before we get into that, damn, let's get into some real serious shit too.
Ooh, not serious.
Yeah. But as y'all heard. Toronto rapper Tory Lanez was stabbed this morning. He was stabbed 14 times.
Damn.
They were baby
collapsed.
They were baby stabs.
I mean,
Tory Lanez was stabbed 14
they
times.
Lungs collapsed.
Including 17 wounds.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. I heard them saying that.
Both his lungs.
The airlifting is because he's a celebrity.
Hey, goddamn, I'm reading it. Shh. Including 7 wounds to the back, 4 to the torso, 2 to the back of his head, 1 to the left side of his face, and both of his lungs collapsed. Despite the pain, he's talking normal, is in good spirits. He just thanks everybody for their support and prayers and wishes. How y'all feel about that?
I'll be good.
You done reading?
Yes, sir.
All right, just want to make sure we can speak now, sir.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. What y'all feel?
Radio.
I feel like that's what happened in prison. And that nigga's in prison. That's how I feel, since we want to know how we feel.
Damn.
I don't, you know.
But then, like,
I've been to.
you feel like it was a race riot?
I know it was a race riot.
You know.
Yes.
How you know?
Because the homie was on the phone with this dude. Well, I ain't gonna say the homie. He ain't my homie. He just a dude that's from the same association as me. But he called in with the people that's in the prison with him. So what happened was they just got off a lockdown from a riot that they had 3 weeks ago. And the doors just got popped. Tory Lanez didn't make it out to the yard. This happened in the building. When he came out, the Mexicans got up on him. His cell is in the tier that's just full of Mexicans. And I understand how that goes because that was me. I was in that same shit. The last cell to the end, cell 248. That's the last cell. That's 2 cells from the last cell. It's 250 cells. Well, 50 cells each thing. So he on that same tier. It's just nothing but Mexicans. So I already know how that shit go. When he came out, they got up on him. They ate him. Like you said, 7 to the back, 1 to the face, and
2 to the back of the head.
When I was in a ride like that before, also where it happened the same way. Where the homie from Harlem, he went to go take a piss, and when the Mexicans came up on him while he taking a piss, and bust on him right there in the head, boom, and cracked off. So it happens just that fast when you don't even know it. When you think everything's smooth, we had a good standing. Shit just go wild, you know. But God bless him. I'm glad that he's back in good standings. He's back to talking. He's standing and looking normal. Like, that's a big blessing right there because they say he got airlifted out. Like, this is from the word from the dude that's in jail. He got airlifted out. So, you know, I ain't talking about the B-Brays or the Hoover type of airlifted where they just talking and it's not really, this really what happened. He really got airlifted, you know. So, his lungs to collapse, that's a major damage that happened. But this is going to turn into something else as soon as those doors open back up again because that was racial. And regardless of Tory Lanez not being from no gang or no association, he's still black. So people going to ride on the behalf of that.
That's a sad thing. And I'm sad because his lungs collapsing. He a singer. You know, like, he ain't going to be the same when he come out. Like, he going to have to rehabilitate that.
How long does he have?
10 years, but...
And you thought he was still going to come out in 10 years?
Well, he been making music.
He been making music. Y'all been hearing his music? You ain't been hearing his album?
No, just like age-wise, though, and everything. Just realistically, think about 10 years, your voice changes, especially for singers. And you see that there's some amazing-ass singers that it's just as they get older, no matter how much they're still in the industry and still, you know, working their vocal cords, they just don't sound the same.
No,
so it's like you expected them to sound the same anyway?
No, I didn't expect him to sound the same. I expected him just to continue to sing, you know, be strong, be a motherfucker, a singer, a multi-talented artist because he can rap and sing, and he's actually a good singer. I remember back in 2012, or probably even 2000, maybe even 11, I believe. He came out here and the homie he performed. He took somebody's girl, you know. He was rapping, then he's rapping, then he switched up singing, and it was crazy. Everybody was just like, "Oh shit, who is this little nigga?" He's like, "I'm Tory Lanez from Canada." You know, and I was like, "Oh, that's dope." You heard? I'm like, "All right." You know, then I see who he is now. I was like, "Oh, the testament of the grind." You know, and I've always been a fan of his music since then. Cause you know.
Yeah, you met him.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I expected Tory Lanez to come out and still have his talent, you know, but also with the way that he recovered so quickly, the way that the family is putting it, he recovered so quickly. He's already back talking. He's already back in good standings and mental health. It's just gonna be that much easier for him to come back and start working out again, you know. So he may not get his shit right back in a week or in a month or maybe not even a year, but like you said, he got 10 years, so he might come back with that win.
But shit, this incident, this might get him released.
No, it's not.
You never know. You never know. That
crazy.
lawyer gonna be like, hey, we need to get him.
Scenario,
We need to get him out of
They
there.
don't care about
They're
that
gonna
shit.
put his ass in solitary if they really think that he's in danger.
So the criminal,
that's more fucked up
the
for
criminal
him.
that's supposed to have done some criminal shit is supposed to become justified and released because some criminal shit happened to him. That's not how the census works.
We in the United States of America. Law is law. Law.
Let me tell you something, buddy. It's not gonna happen.
It can happen. It can. I'm just saying.
The only way that's gonna happen is if the Canadian president which is not a Canadian president because they're under British law. So the only way that that's gonna happen is if they have a sit down with the American government and say, hey, we would like for this exchange to happen, and the exchange is gonna be something highly necessary for America to take into consideration.
You know what? He's got action because you got Trump in the office right now. Like, if there's gonna be a president that's gonna fuck with you about that, like it's gonna be Trump.
And that
but Trump might get some sympathy for Tory.
Trump free Kodak.
That's what I'm saying.
He might get some sympathy for him. You know, like damn, he just got stabbed.
That's what I'm saying. He got action.
It's not gonna happen based off his lawyer going back to the judges and saying, hey, he needs to be released. That's not gonna happen. Shit like this happen every day, B.
Every day. Oh, okay. We gonna move on, but hey, glad Tory Lanez is getting better.
Shout out Tory Lanez. Continue to heal and get better.
All right, we gonna move on to my man Sean Diddy Combs. His trial started today. Family attended.
Sensitive topic too.
Family attended. Cassie's husband attended the hearing.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know, the hearing is closed off, like, to the public eye, so there's only drawings. There's no actual video where, like, other big high profile in the past of, like, couple of years has been where you get some media attention up in that thing. So it's very private, closed off up in New York. So
as it should be.
He's charged. I'm trying to find where it's at right now. What he's really charged with. What he's getting charged for.
I've seen some of the things.
I'm trying to find it.
I've seen one thing.
It's supposed to be. He has the racketeering. He has the what is this shit called? The sex trafficking for prostitution, for prostitution. He has not been charged with drugs. That's not a part of the conspiracy. That's in the title so far.
There's nothing about assault in there. Nothing. No.
Nah, I didn't see none of that. So that's why it's very weird that they keep on bringing up Cassie.
Video of him fucking.
Right.
Right. Here we go. It says the charges against Diddy include 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion. I said that right.
Coercion.
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 All right, coercion. And 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution.
So buying escorts and shit.
So like you said, no assault, which is crazy.
So I'm like, they getting him on the same shit as R. Kelly.
He's not personally pressing charges.
These are the same.
Well, I feel like also there was they had a outside settlement, so she can't rebring that. You know.
Yeah, but I believe what they're trying to do is since he pled
not guilty,
no contest to it. They're saying since he settled, and even though he went no contest, they're trying to use the evidence of him even going to the part of settling to say that this is what happened and this is the evidence that she brought forth.
But it doesn't matter because unless she is personally pressing charges against him, nobody else can report on domestic violence or assault or press charges on it except for you. They
said these alleged offenses span from 2004 all the way up to 2024.
They still got 20 years of that.
That's
shit
20. It says for 20 years.
Can you think about that? Put that in perspective for a second.
It says 20 years to defend it with the help of trusted inner circle, committed crime after crime.
I was 13 when they started.
I was just thinking, yeah.
I was like, wasn't that around making the band?
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah,
wasn't
that's crazy.
And that's around the same time that old girl.
King,
yeah, exactly. That's
Danity King times.
And Danity King is
when
the
girls 26, and they were all about to go get into tears talking about this shit.
But you have to think about that too. That's when like I feel like everybody started knowing who Diddy was. Like he got the MTV deals and he was doing Sean John in the store everywhere.
Then you think about the whole shit that happened with Sean and like the club shooting and how they like pin that shit on him and like it was so much like he was just so much he was doing so much like especially when it comes to like musically that he was gaining so much like power and ultimately control to where he could spin shit to where the shit that he was doing on the back end that was like vile and just terrible, nobody could prove, and nobody, like, it's your word against mine. Who gonna believe you? Especially when it comes to women. So you know, like, who's gonna fucking believe you?
So you believe he's guilty?
I mean, look, the thing about it is like you have to. It has to be some guilt, because think about it. When the feds come get you, they're not coming to get you because they think you did something. Like their conviction rate is like 98, 99%. So they're gonna, like, they play the fucking long game. Man, so when they come get you, they have a fucking case against you.
That's what they try to tell Murder Inc.
It's not like, oh, we're trying to find evidence, this, that, and third. Like, that's not.
No, Young Thug wasn't picked up by the
police. Y'all had the lighter. Y'all big.
It's right here.
Y'all stole my lighter.
So
we didn't steal this right here.
That's why there's some guilt for sure, because the feds are involved. This is not just a regular, No,
I understand. I feel like he's guilty, but not guilty. He's guilty on some of them things, but not all of them things.
I look at. Oh, go ahead.
Like, I don't feel like fucking traveling girls over air is for sex because they know they getting paid and they know what they fucking get into is a fucking crime.
Well, no, I feel like you exploiting people's want and need to like change their life and to chase their dreams is despicable. Especially when you got in the position you're in trying to do the exact same thing.
And he might be a victim.
Like, and I mean, and that may or may not be the case, but like that's the disgusting part. And ultimately, it's just you doing this consistently, and then you perfecting it, and then you getting other people in there to do things with you, and to like, it's just. Like, that's where it's not okay.
Yeah, you go that blunt quick.
For you to understand.
I was already pre-rolled.
For you to just be able to, like, do... And when multiple people are saying the same shit about you, and, like, you having the same motive, like, oh, it was the baby, or it was this, it was, like, and then this, and then this. Like, it's a motive. It's an M.O. Like,
I get it. We have to see it play out, though. Like,
obviously...
I know he's guilty of a lot of them things. I know he's guilty.
I'm not saying that he's guilty of every single thing and that some people are not potentially trying to capitalize, but you cannot think that this has not been a pattern and that you got comfortable and you were just doing some shit because you have been able to do some shit because you have money. Like, normally we just think about white men doing shit like this. That's the thing that I feel like everybody's like conflicted with, where it's like, damn, it's a black man. And this is somebody that we all kind of fucked, like, not even kind of, we all fucked with for years. And then to think about that maybe this like ties into like Biggie and him not being here, and then Tupac, like, it's like, nigga, are you for real? Like, you've made niggas lose their lives over some, like,
money,
wild,
power,
like, powerful, like, on some, like, it's, nigga, no, it's not okay. Fuck that.
Of, like, shystiness when it came to the rap. Like,
more than likely, yeah, but...
Like, you just, like, after Biggie died, everybody on Bad Boy just went on a straight decline.
Nah, so Suge is the one that actually has come out lately and said the same thing that Shay is saying, which was he was groomed. Like you said, this possibly happened to him. Mm-hmm. Suge Knight is trying to say that this is something that has happened to him.
But my thing is now, my question is...
I can see that. It's been corrupt, yeah.
Does that excuse repeating it?
It's not.
I wasn't trying to excuse it.
My question is, now, who was his mentor? Who was his teacher?
They said it.
Clyde Davis?
Not Clyde Davis, the other people from Motown.
L.A. Reid?
No, the dude from Motown.
Quincy Jones?
Yes, they said Quincy Jones and another dude was his...
my bad, all those people.
Especially because Quincy gone now.
But
he can speak for himself.
But that's what they try to say. So for me, I'm gonna answer your question, which is he guilty? I'm going to say he's guilty based on the simple fact that the crimes that they're trying to say he did, he more than likely did, but not in a sense of he was doing it in a malicious way. So him flying women out to be as prostitutes or dudes out as prostitutes, he was paying, these was their jobs, and he thought that's what he was paying them for, but this was illegal to do. That's one thing.
Also, it's a lifestyle.
And then the other crazy part is, like, I think he was really going to the extreme of doing these things that he was doing, thinking that, hey, y'all got invited to this and y'all knew what was going on. But it was like, was he doing this shit? I think he was doing it. Was he trying to do it in the crime, malicious way? I can't say. But one thing I do know for sure that seems very bad, and we're going to find out in court, is these people that keep on coming out and saying it was done in a malicious way. Like she's saying, like, you were taking advantage of artists. It's one thing to be flying in the prostitutes and the people that's paying for this shit.
Yeah, like
it's
sex
another
workers,
thing
that's
to
one
be
thing.
taking advantage of these producers, the male producers that's coming out.
That's fucked up. Yeah, that's fucked up. Especially like, you can't get your record played if you ain't sucking this dick type shit. Like, that's fucked up.
Not that they deserve any crazy treatment because they're sex workers. Not at all. Not condoning that. But like you said, there's a certain level of complicity that goes into, like, okay, I knew what I was, potentially signing up for on a, sexual, level. But like Sneaks, and like we're saying, you taking advantage of people's want and need to change their lives and to ultimately chase their dreams, and them thinking, like, naively, unfortunately, that they're going to be able to catch a break because you are giving them the time of day. You notice them. Like, all it takes is for Diddy to say my name in the right room, boom, overnight, life change. So, and then the fact that you know this and you're dangling it over people's heads and kind of like, jump higher, do this, what are you willing to do for it? That's sick. It's sick.
Look, I feel as far as like his guilt goes, I'm gonna quote Dave Chappelle, not verbatim, but I think we are all familiar to when he was talking about Bill Cosby, and he was like, man, when there was about 50 accusations, I was still like, he probably only raped about 25 of those bitches. Like, it was only probably about 25 of them. Even if you put, you know what, 80% of those bitches are lying. That still puts a hell of a lot of people that he raped or, trafficked or, otherwise abused. So that's still, is that not enough?
The sad part
Even if most of them are lying, does the few ones that are telling the truth and got video proof and got all this other proof and all that other shit, is that not enough?
And ultimately,
it could be one. Exactly.
And ultimately, like, why is it a numbers thing? Like, one should be enough.
Yeah,
exactly.
One should be enough. Like, you know what? One. That's enough.
One should be enough.
enough.
Then you gotta start asking questions like, where are you people coming from?
Mm-hmm.
If one should be enough, why are we still sitting here condoning academics?
I don't condone academics. He did that weird shit with the little white boy.
We all heard academics on live with this underage kid talking all this weird shit.
I don't condone that shit.
But the industry do.
He hasn't been
Hold
canceled.
on, I say we because we're in this media space and we're a part of the media space. We on this couch may not. But the people in this media space that's still on this high tier is still sitting here trying to conversate about, react to, and it's like, why are we still giving this dude a shine?
He said he was trolling.
Okay, trolling.
Diddy said it was just baby oil.
I get what you said. I understand.
Would you troll like that?
Like I said, I don't condone shit like
Would
that.
any amount of views make you troll about being a... Don't say it will get shut off. You can't say that shit on live. Yeah, YouTube will shut you down.
So
a PDF.
Yeah.
So for us, it's like we can answer this question because you are like academics, not mentally like academics. But for me, I'm a street person. I've been to jail. We don't sex play like that. But this is an open, honest question for someone like you, not because we're trying to put blame on, but because we actually have a real question. Is that something that you would joke like that if you were sitting at home on your gaming system? Is that something that you find funny?
That wouldn't be on my mind.
Or if it was off.
Like, even if he rolled it off his tongue the first time, when a little kid tried to come back and clean it up for you and talk about, hey, nah, I'm not into anything. I'm still a little kid.
I'm 15. I'm 15.
And you still come back and still reiterate the same bullshit?
Wild.
Would you do that? Would you think that that's cool or funny?
Of course not.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Of course not. Of course not. That shit, I don't condone that shit. Like, what, nigga, you shouldn't be talking to them and have full conversation with these motherfuckers, you know? You should, like, talk your little shit and, like, mute your shit and just play the fucking game.
Nah,
like,
I'm kicking you right off the server, bro. Like, we ain't with that shit.
Like you should have an age range when there should be age ranges in fucking these damn online games so people don't fucking catch a fucking predator or somebody like that. You know.
Well, most people aren't talking weirdo shit like that.
No, most people are. That's the reason why we have these things. So for our son, we don't even let him do shit like that. Because we know one thing that really but one thing that really put you on the radar was that little shit that happened with Kim Kardashian and the baby on Roblox. Mm-hmm. You know, even if that was publicity.
So there was an ad, basically her son saying he was like on Roblox like any kid is, and you know they got ads and shit, or like one of the rooms or whatever the fuck was basically like an ad for her and her video. So it had like the picture of her face, from that video.
Ray J.
And the little boy is like, haha, look, mommy, you're making a funny face. And like shows her like this ad of her video.
I bet
exactly.
Yeah, I was my kids play Roblox.
I was like, oh no, as soon as our son got old enough, he was like, I want Roblox. I'm like, hold on.
Grown ass men are playing Roblox, Minecraft,
you can't chat, you can't make friends, no friends for you.
I can't say Minecraft because Minecraft is like an engineer's type of game.
Minecraft, you can make your own realms that don't actually go live. So basically, you have to actually be able to pay to add people to your realm, which means they can actually exist in your little world and all of that. Outside of that, it's mostly private worlds that you create. Oh, trust me, I got my own in there. I'm about to get my own Switch soon. You don't even understand. No, but I have to learn all that shit because of that. Because I'm trying to figure out, like, hold on, can people try to contact you from here? Yeah. Okay, cool, we're good. You gotta sign up for something special to be able to do that.
So you're saying that you encouraging parents to start learning these games as well?
Absolutely.
They're playing because there is predators, PDFs out there that's fucking attacking these kids in those type of
absolutely, and that's why you want to know.
Even the stuff that they put in their heads, like on Roblox, they have a game where you're in Chirac and it's a gunfight. You're shooting other players. Like you're putting ideas in these kids' heads to do stuff like that, or like sell drugs on Roblox.
That's wild as fuck. That's wild.
Our son has these little girlfriends. That they'll be sitting here on I guess their form of a three-way. One of the girls grabs both of her parents' cell phones and she'll call our son with one, and then she'll call their little girlfriend on the other, and they'll all be on Roblox playing, and they'll all be on the phone at the same time, and they're just talking about what they're doing on Roblox, and they'll just be doing that shit for hours.
Yeah, even like Call of Duty, I have to keep my shit on mute.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of like, you know, predators getting in like, you know, kid spaces, like all
and it's
kids,
crazy.
you know.
That was my question. I just wanted to know if it was okay, even if it was just one time. Are we giving niggas passes?
It's not okay. Like it's not okay.
But I also feel like it's on other men to police men.
That's true.
That is very true.
Like if I was in his presence and I interviewed him, I would definitely ask him like, "Yo, bro, what's up with that damn Twitch shooting that kid? Like, what's up with that? Like, why'd you press the kid's issue? You feel me?
Like I feel like it's a lack of other niggas pressing other niggas about weirdo behavior.
Yeah.
And so niggas just keep
I'd walk out.
doing.
I think that's most things though. Like most of the things that a lot of dudes are like, oh no, that's not cool. That's not cool. They're not willing to stand up in front of their friends and say that's not cool, or ask their homies, hey, you do that shit? No, hey, fuck that. You know, I'd rather not fuck with you.
Yeah.
No facts, but hey, the Diddy trial that was day one. A lot of shit happened. They basically said he paid escorts to pee on Cassie and he masturbated to it. Basically, that's some nasty shit.
I heard. So that's one thing I also wanted to address because this trial is gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of shit is about to be exposed.
The sex worker actually came back and said, "No, Diddy didn't ask for this. Cassie asked for me to pee in her mouth."
Right. Yeah, allegedly.
Okay, allegedly.
No, that's not. This is not allegedly. The guy just came out.
Oh, he testified.
Yes,
okay.
The escort came out and said this. This is not something that I'm just guessing. The escort said this.
If somebody could recollect the disgusting shit they did with you, it's gotta be true.
For real, because this is a male escort. He's seen some shit. If your shit stood out, like
to come up with that with something off the cuff like that,
and the security of the hotel, he took a copy of the tape of him and Cassie and showed his wife.
The police officer.
The police officer.
Oh, the peeing or him being? Right?
No, Cassie getting beat up.
But that doesn't mean that Diddy is not guilty. What that means is
what that just means is
that the the hotel has the liability of being sued, just like the police officer that videotaped Kobe Bryant and Vanessa Williams had to get that lawsuit money. That's all that means. It doesn't mean that Diddy's no longer innocent because he gave up this take illegally. It just means that now that opens the door for a lawsuit on that fucking hotel, because that's some bullshit right there.
Yeah, but strap your boots and you feel me, and buckle your underwears and all that bullshit. You feel me? Because you're gonna hear a lot of wild shit. You're gonna hear about these sex parties. You might hear about some celebrities that been in the sex parties. We don't know who's testifying. Fucking Jaguar rights outside the fucking courtroom. You feel me? She's getting interviewed by fucking press and all that. You know, she been a fucking advocate about getting him prosecuted for years. So. She gonna be there for a minute. She gonna be on TV. She gonna write a book after this type shit. Watch. But moving on, keeping in that little lane real quick. You feel me? Sad to say, the OG Smokey Robinson of of Motown Records back in the day is sued for allegedly having sexual assault and battery by former female employees with an S. That means multiple. Old school.
His housekeepers.
Damn.
Okay, that's believable.
It was Spanish women.
Yeah.
See, and that makes it even more believable because they're not trying to get deported.
Exactly.
Right.
So he was using his power and their, deportation and or lack of or that status.
Stories of rich niggas getting the fucking.
He's not getting no fucking white American.
I just read about this and I really didn't pay attention to it. I didn't pay attention to the story. I did not catch on to the fact that is what was happening. Like, I probably heard Smokey Robinson and just kept on pushing. They're really key into it. It wasn't until today that you was like, oh, this. So I was just gonna ask you, instead of reading on it, we can talk about it on camera and we can all figure out together what happened. But I do remember reading about that, and that is crazy. And I'm not gonna say that he did it, but I will say that when you're reading a story and you want to read something that's interesting, that does sound believable.
And you said the housekeepers, so
well, I mean, the house staff, I'm not sure what they would actively be called, but the people who worked in his, living quarters. And I feel like a lot of them had the same, once again, kind of like a Diddy, they had the same stories where, he would call them in the room and he's naked and lock the door. And, and then like the wife knew and didn't do anything, so. Yeah,
as a wife, I didn't know that not do anything. Like, hold on, my husband is raping. My husband is,
He's raping your house.
Stop saying that shit. What up? Forgot we're not supposed to say that on YouTube either. But
grape.
There you go, grape.
Yeah. But yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that the patriarchy has done such an amazing job on men across the board, no matter what their race is. And not saying it all. This is not a one size fits all kind of thing, but just the power that men choose to exert over women, or the people who are beneath them. Or that they feel like they can. It's really just disgusting. Cause
I don't understand how you can get turned on by grape. Like, I just don't see it.
The power,
I would say, according
to
psychiatrists.
Oh, power is.
It has to do. Yeah, it's supposed to be about taking back power.
So it's like they say, arsonists and rapists have the same type of mindset. They do it for power.
Yeah.
Arsonists do it for power?
Yes.
What power? Oh, that's crazy.
You need the power to destroy.
The power to destroy. The power to take away.
Oh, I met a dude like that at school one time.
But that's why they say some of them actually want you to resist. They'll be like, if you don't resist, it's not the same for them. They need to have that resistance because it's like if you're resisting, they're overpowering you. Versus if you're not resisting, they're not technically overpowering you. You're just kind of going with it, and they don't get that same, ooh, I got you.
I can't agree with it. I can't agree with it. I cannot agree with it. I'm sorry. Because
this is just going along with psychologists.
I hear what psychologists is talking about, but I know real dudes with guns in their hand that feel like they got the power. And I'm talking about like they talk about niggas. I got niggas' lives in my hand when they hold a gun. Like that's they quote. Like that's a quote I heard from a dude. So it's like when a dude it's chasing the type of power I have. I can't say that he's turned on by grape. I can't see how I can't see
power.
Different types of power.
I mean,
I can
it's
respect
different.
that part.
It's
I can respect
different
because
And
I mean,
it's like-
ultimately, you can think that they're like, and I mean,
Somewhere
in maybe a loose way, like they're turned on by the fact that they can take somebody's life. Like, you know, so you can think about it like that, like just like Ellie was saying.
No, there is
they're
turned
turned, you know, they're turned on by the fact that, nigga, I can make you cease to exist right now. Like, say the wrong fucking thing. You know, which is ultimately rooted in I can't emotionally regulate and I'm hurt. And somebody hurt me, somebody made me feel lesser than, and they disrespected me and embarrassed the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And I'm never gonna let that happen again.
And most
now
of them is that.
I'm walking around like a big ass child, walking around ready for somebody to quote unquote test me.
They're reenacting the situation, but in this scenario, they get to be the aggressor instead of the victim.
I'm gonna be the winner in this.
And that's what I'm going back to thinking about as y'all say this. Is like, yeah, I have read things about that where it's like it's dudes that actually get off on the killing while graping at the same time type of thing. It's like that's how some of these dudes actually get caught because they're graping and killing at the same time. So that is still left over in there, and that's how you get caught. So you're right.
Power. You may never know. Like it evolves to something else.
Yeah, it's all power. It's all
this is
power.
crazy. I just don't get it.
Because it's psychological, like Ellie's saying, it goes back to
how long it go back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It continues to go back because it's more just like we've been talking about Diddy, about like who did this to him to where he would know and, you know, begin to formulate into this person. Somebody did something to them, you know, to where they, you know, like felt powerless, to where they felt, you know, disrespected, you know, manhood taken away, embarrassment, you know, all those things that ultimately, which is super unfortunate, most men, especially black men, don't have the space to get these things out where they actually feel like, you know, in a healthy way, not like, oh nigga, you being a bitch, like don't, you know, that happened to me too. Like, so shout out to YG for his new song, his new album that's gonna be about trauma, and you know, because there are female predators too. I know we're talking a lot about male predators.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of female predators too.
It becomes a variable in some of these things. Yeah,
which is also some reason why, which some man, you know, is going around now, upset, angry, stoic, you know, whatever the case may be, because somebody took advantage of them.
I love that we have women on this couch because the perspectives that are being spread around right now is so amazing because all this shit is true. That's real shit right there.
Yeah, we gotta be able to emotionally regulate in some way. Like figure out some way. If like traditional therapy's not it for you, write it down. Talk to your phone, you know, like voice record.
Just to add to that, so a lot of times people think that traditional therapy isn't for them because they haven't found the right therapist. Know that you can get a different therapist. If you don't vibe with the first one, go ahead and try another one. If that one doesn't work, try another one. But it's not just going to be something like, oh, well, it didn't work because I got a dumbass, so I'm never trying it again. Like, no, you might have just got a dumbass. Try a different one.
When you say therapist, is there like a call number you can go to and pick one out of a group, or you have to go find one by one, like individually?
Well, also, there's you do have to try them out, but I think also,
it's not like an agency.
I don't want to say the wrong thing, but there's different types of therapy. Number one, and a lot of us need I think it's called therapy. I think it's called like it might be that one, but there's another one. There's like I think it's called like like CT, ET or something. Where they...
That's EMDR.
Yeah, okay.
So basically it's to desensitize you to the trauma that you cause and for you to be able to bring up those thoughts without still having the same traumatizing reactions that your body's used to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which...
Very effective, by the way.
Exactly. So you have to find out the type of therapy that works best for you. Also, you know, a lot of us need people who specialize in like trauma and like childhood trauma, and then also are able to lend themselves to the black experience and what that all encompasses, which is very nuanced. So, you know, maybe a white person or a white therapist works, but maybe it doesn't, or maybe they don't. I don't know.
BetterHelp?
Yes, I have, you know, but I think depending on how deep, everybody varies. So like BetterHelp, a lot of time, which is super unfortunate, America, that we have to pay for these things. That's why a lot of us don't have therapy. That's why
you can go to the ones that are in training. So the therapists that are in training that still get supervised by a licensed therapist at all times and everything, they'll be the ones that'll usually be either on a sliding scale or they'll be like super affordable.
Okay.
And by super affordable, I mean like they say that, well, we haven't got that, but it says that on the website that the cheapest is supposed to be $5 per session. So it's like there's certain ones like that where you can find that. And you're not, and it's not like when you go with
therapy.
I've done therapy. I've done pre-counseling. I've done childhood therapy.
How about you?
And no matter how poor you are, Medi-Cal covers therapy too.
Yeah, and I want to get back into therapy very
So
soon.
for me,
Absolutely.
I tried therapy because I'm a person that actually, like I said, I've been in jail, so I have a lot of solitary confinement time. And I'm comfortable with my thoughts and having conversations with my thoughts and finding understanding with myself and knowing, okay, yes and no about myself. So I always felt like therapy wasn't necessary for me. And then I ended up trying therapy in like 2020, 2021 over the phone. The person I had, it was like, this is getting nowhere. I'm not getting any help. I'm not getting any answers. And this is exactly what I thought therapy was. Like, you are just sitting here just saying stupid shit. And I'm talking, And then, so I was sticking with my roots. Therapy ain't shit. Me and my wife chose to go to marriage therapist. So we have a group therapist. And then from there, your group our marriage therapist always lets us know that we need an individual therapist as well. So I chose to make sure, yes, I'll try it out. Fuck it, do it. Give me one. And this dude is amazing. I'm talking about the other side of what I thought therapy should be. He's providing that. When I have something to say, he can make sure he responds back and say, okay, you said this, this, and this, and what is it? How is it that what made you say that? Why do you feel this way? We go deeper into something rather than just me talking and him saying something that's going to get me to the next statement. We're analyzing these things, and it's making me question what happened
why you do
beforehand as a child. And some things, I'm a type of person that I don't remember yesterday. Like, shit that happened yesterday. I'm not trying to relish in yesterday because I'm trying to make sure I stay positive about what can happen today.
Which was probably like a survival tactic that you learned.
And that's what I learned in therapy. It was something I learned as a kid. And so this is making me want to make sure I go back and have these conversations about, okay, so what about this? So I can remember things that actually what happened at that time, because I don't be remembering. I'm like, oh shit, that happened. You feel me? So therapy, I would say, is a great thing for people that is willing to try it out. Give it a try. The first person may not work, but the second person possibly will.
Or as the third, or the fourth, or the fifth.
As a black person, I want to say do it.
A therapist that like reflects you. I have a black male therapist for grief counseling and my childhood therapy. So it's easier to talk to another black man about a lot of shit that I go through.
Makes sense.
Because it's like being black is one of like the main struggles of being me. So it's like to talk to somebody that feels the same way, it's really connecting.
It makes you feel seen.
So for us, we started off with a white therapist. She was dope when it came to marriage counseling. She was dope. We got passed over to some other people that weren't so great, but they still helped us get through shit that we needed to in the moment. And right now we have a black therapist. And we were told to get a black therapist. It's going to work out better for you guys. And I have to honestly say, like, not as a personal therapist, because my personal therapist is Asian. As a black therapist for marriage counseling, it's amazing to have this black woman help us out.
She gets all the right notes.
She's not selfish. She's not here for me as a black person, and she's not here for her as a woman. It's here for this marriage, and we're going to work this shit out together and get some answers.
I feel that.
You feel me? So if you don't...
Shout out to y'all for putting into your marriage on counseling and shit like that.
Hey, I'm trying to make this shit work.
No, I mean somebody might need to hear that.
Yeah,
where they need to put that work in.
That's why I'm speaking on it.
I never been.
Maybe you gotta try.
I don't know. It just feels weird talking. Like you said, it feels weird just talking to somebody just about your life randomly. But I think, like motherfucker, you don't know.
Well, no, I think
but that's the thing. You can tell them.
Yeah, well, you're looking at it from, and I think it's natural, like from what you've seen on TV, what you've seen in movies. You don't really know what you don't know, number one. And then I would say number two, you really don't know, like Sneaks is saying, like why you've done the things that you've done to get you up to this point. Like, you've ultimately just been doing things that you know to do. But we don't, especially because black people, I was just talking about this not too long ago, and when it comes to like working and like hustling, like a lot of times we don't have the luxury of like taking a second and being like, well, what do I actually want to do that's going to help me sustain, like that's going to pay for me to live. Like, a lot of times some people is 18, some people is after you get out of college, you just gotta, okay, I start working at UPS, and then I start doing XYZ, and then I started, I worked at a post office, and then I started, then I became a nurse, you never really have a time to sit and like take a second, so you don't really know why you chose media. You don't know why. Maybe you felt as a kid you didn't have a voice, so you wanted to express yourself as an adult. Like, a lot of times, like, when you begin to have those conversations, like Sneaks is saying, with your therapist, they can ask you questions to where you're like, well, damn, why do I do that? Okay, that's because, that one time my mom said this and it made me feel like this and I held on to that, so now I'm doing this and I've been doing this ever since. Oh shit. Okay, maybe I should let that go. Like, it's just we're all literally a combination of things that have been done to us, that we've seen, that we've been told, that we've heard. And a lot of times we haven't taken the time to figure out like what those are, what that means. And also, like, do I want to continue to hold on to this?
That part right there.
Do I want to continue to operate in this? If the answer is no, then I need to take steps to change this. But if you don't know what you don't know, you're just going to continue to be who you were taught to be.
Like, there was one example that one of these little conferences that we went to, basically the therapist spoke on, and she was like, there's something between her and her husband where I guess, like, her husband had just thrown out the trash and she threw something in the trash and he got absolutely mad at her and they had like a whole fight about it, a whole argument, and it started off about the trash, ended up about everything else. And that they had to stop and be like, all right, what is this really about? Like, what's going on? Like, why'd you get so mad about the trash? And it turns out it's something like her husband, like, growing up, his job, out of all his siblings and shit, his job was to take out the trash. So it was like when the trash was full, he would get his ass whooped. So that's why whenever she would fill up the trash can right after he just emptied it, it was like, yeah, I'm about to get my ass whooped because of you. Yeah. Even though obviously he's not about to get his ass whooped. And it's not because of her, because she's not his sibling and his parents are no longer around to whoop his ass. But that's still that same trigger, that's still that same So it's like it would set him off every time she would do that, and he didn't even know.
That's like gorilla.
He didn't even know, she didn't even know, like, neither one of them did until they had to actually dig into, like, okay, well, what was the root of this? What really is that going on behind this? Because it can't be about trash.
Exactly. Like, really. It can't be. So ultimately, Bankhead, I would just encourage you to, it's not just like, oh, I'm just talking. Like, it's not just talking. Because
they talk it back to you.
Or they're ultimately listening intently to help you dissect what you're feeling, why you've done the things that you've done, like, and then also, like, do you want to continue to do them? Like, if you are unhappy about, or if this doesn't necessarily make you the happiest,
oh my god,
then like, how do you change it? What do you want to do? So, yeah, I'd say look into it, big dog. I think it's only
therapy is
good
absolutely
things
recommended.
Can come from it. I think
for sure.
In your relationships, not even just romantically, friendship, family,
parent,
like what you doing, career wise, life.
I'm gonna check it out. I might check it out.
Normalize it.
I might check it out.
Normalize it, especially men. I feel like men need it more than anything because women, we talk, huh? How do we get off the subject?
How do we get on it?
How we get on this?
I don't even remember.
Oh, well, he was talking about like solitary
DIDDY.
confinement and like, oh shit. I kind of forgot how we got on it.
I don't know how we got here, but check a real conversation
but check
black
that
people
out.
doing therapy.
But check.
Yep.
It's meant to be had. You heard it was meant to be had.
It was meant to be had.
It was meant to be had because somebody might need to hear that. I do need to go to
And
therapy.
I hope they do.
I might go to therapy.
You
after this
should.
conversation. I might try it out to say I did do it. You know,
should.
not do a bucket list type shit. You know.
I mean, you might be like LaRussell. He said he tried it. Wasn't for him.
Some people do shrooms.
Therapy is your therapy.
I'm not about to do no shrooms. I heard you could see like giant gnomes if you're on that shit. I'm not trying. My friend had that experience.
I did shrooms.
I advocate for
I've done
shrooms.
shrooms.
Oh, you just did shrooms last week, right?
Actually,
Mr. Mushy,
Mr.
yeah,
Mushy,
Mr. Mushy's
Astro
underground night market.
I mean, that might be the things you might need.
It wasn't bad. I didn't see nothing. It was just very light though.
You can't be afraid though.
It was very light. Let me get that tray.
So look, therapy is a challenge. So since we're speaking about challenges, I heard that the ASL Ice Bucket Challenge is back.
That part.
Yes, it is.
Man, we did that shit the first time around. We donated. We did all that shit. I still got their emails. I think we're good, right? We're covered from the last time. If you did it last time, you're covered for this time.
I didn't do it, bro.
I can't say I'm gonna do it again this time. I did that, when I was, I was what, 23. I'm 33 now. I ain't doing it again.
So we don't need to. I don't know.
Let me hit that gorilla finger.
I don't know if you remember or not, babe, but you already helped out in ALS.
Did you switch to that?
An ALS. What do you call them?
It's got it too.
Patient. Oh, are we done?
Gorilla finger. Remember I said that?
Is it still going or no?
Yeah, only one camera went out.
Oh.
This that gorilla finger that Red Eye was puffing on. He passed it to us. This motherfucker bigger than his finger.
So my tia in Mexico actually has it, and we didn't know. But yeah, it's very sudden. I want to say sudden onset in the way that within years you deteriorate very quickly.
Dementia?
Hey, hold on.
ALS.
I know we black, ladies and gentlemen. We just switching batteries, so you can hear our voices, but you might not see us in a couple of seconds. So, but my bad. So you can continue.
You don't see us right now. Look at that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
That one's out.
All right, put that one on the charger behind you, player. Appreciate it.
Ooh, that motherfucker hit.
I was about to say, babe,
you might have to.
each one of you have sat here and choked on this shit. I don't know.
No, we're
how
clear.
it goes.
Red Eye, nigga, you know how to roll, boy. You know how to roll.
Jesus.
I
I've
told
been
you.
smoking weed since I was like 15, 16.
Hey, but I want to do
and
the ASL challenge.
We gonna do it with you there. We gonna do it on Straight Out the
It's
Trunk
ALS.
Radio too. So make sure y'all type in _ Shout Out the
I
Trunk
said, what I
Radio
say?
right on Instagram. Shout Out the Trunk Radio on Twitter. Shout Out the Trunk Radio. YouTube, you already here. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Do that, motherfucker. Do that challenge.
ASL.
So, hey, what I would like everybody to remember is that this challenge is not just about you dumping ice on somebody. The person that you dump ice on is supposed to make a donation. You're supposed to go online, make a donation.
I ain't seen none of these motherfuckers make no donations.
That's what the fuck you're supposed to do, though. Like, y'all think it's just supposed to be about getting videos? Yes.
Straight Out the Trunk Radio is gonna make a donation to ALS.
So, like my wife was saying, we honestly did this challenge 10 years ago, but within like the last 4 years, her auntie actually just popped up with ALS, and it's a real thing.
All right, look, I already brought it up, and now he bringing it up, and we talking about my auntie actually having this shit, and y'all still over here hee-hawing.
No, because
I'm gonna demand a little respect, goddammit. The fuck?
It wasn't
I don't care about his dyslexic ass. We talking about my auntie's ALS ass.
I was trying to make sure I was saying it
No, fuck that. Don't even tell them about her. It's okay. They don't even know about it.
I was saying ALS, not ASL. ALS. My bad to the sign language community. My bad. But yes, and shout out to the ALS people.
I just want to make sure that we put a highlight on it because I know last time, 10 years ago when we did this, I never met not one person that had ALS. I never heard of one person whose family member had it, but we were still a part of the challenge because it seemed like it was a trending thing to do, like those stupid ass crate bucket challenge that people was doing. But this one is actually a real thing. Her auntie just popped up with it 4 years ago in Mexico, and like we've literally seen her break down because she's not able to move when she wants to or how she needs to, and she has to beg for help. Like I'm talking about, she needs help getting in and out of bed. And then the walking process is just as hard for her, where just walking from 100 feet, by the time she gets 40 feet, her feet hurt, her arms hurt, her it's a very, very difficult task, and she's fighting to still continue to stay alive because of this disease. So it is a real thing. I'm happy that they brought it back, and I'm happy that you're proud to be a part of this challenge too.
Yeah,
but make sure that y'all donate.
Definitely donate. Yeah, definitely
donate with the ice bucket challenge.
Str8 Radio, we are going to donate a couple of dollars.
That's a fact.
Yeah. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do it on.
Even if it's $20, I don't care.
No, yeah, we're gonna do a couple of dollars.
That's what I'm saying.
A couple dollars.
But most people be like, I
think it's a minimum $5, but it's okay. Yeah, donate $5.
See, if there's a minimum $5, donate $5 because $5 helps.
$20 is $20. That's $5. 10, 5.
No cure.
Yeah,
so
it's
every donation helps.
Find a cure.
Exactly.
But man, on my conspiracy type shit, they got cures to this shit, dog.
They for sure do.
They got cures to this shit. They got cures to.
I'm with the conspiracy.
That's
they
just
for sure
on my conspiracy type shit.
I mean, if you
exactly.
I was gonna say, if you want to talk about conspiracies and cures, the cure to everything is your diet. But because
where they put our bodies.
Man, but you know how expensive it is to be buying that organic, grass fed, like locally farmed, like that shit is.
I was gonna say
eggs are already $6 a fucking dozen.
I was gonna say
we DoorDash, so we see these prices.
That's why it's so easy, and that's why they make it so difficult to eat right. And that when all our parents, baby boomers, shit like that, there was no everything was organic. Like, there didn't need to be an organic section because everything was, like, picked. It was actually picked. It was grown. You know, all those things. So,
but back then, it was
I still got to eat good food because I was in Mexico.
Because before the 40s, after the 40s, you had the baby boomers. So it's like the population increased.
Well, yeah. But even then, they were still eating. There was no such thing as GMO. Like, everything was still organic. There didn't need to be an organic section. Everything you bought, even regardless of where it came from, it was still grown.
Not necessarily. There was a gray area there where even though it did use pesticides and a lot of other chemicals and like artificial growth hormones and all of that, they just didn't have the actual legal regulation where they had to announce it on their packaging. So you could have been having something that had this in it for years and you just didn't know because the law didn't require them to actually post it.
Well, I mean, there's data that goes into like after a certain, like once the baby boomers really started to basically overpopulate and I would say have a bunch of kids, that's when mass production went up, and that's when pesticides that's when all the GM, all the other things, like, so a lot of them got the good shit without it was just standard, like that's just what it was. That's why you hear people talk about like their grandparent who like drank whiskey every day and ate a plate of bacon every single day. Exactly. And it didn't matter because still what they were eating still is not what you're eating. Right. Like, it's still like it's as much as it wasn't good for them, it still wasn't as bad as what the fuck you're being presented with. So ultimately there is a cure for everything, which is your diet, which is why they make it so difficult to eat that way, because like you said, there's no money in that. If you can cure yourself, and that's why they call it a treatment when you go to the doctor. It's not a cure. Like, we're not, come in so we can cure you. It's a treatment so we can treat you, aka you gotta pay.
Yep.
Then we're gonna put you on something. Then what we put you on, you have to take something to get off of that. And then to get off of that, you got to take something to get off of that.
And that's something's going to give you something.
Side effect that you need something else for.
For surgery or some shit.
Right, and that's why the same people that make your food make your medicine.
Yeah.
So it's a cycle. So if I make you sick, or if I feed you shit that makes you sick, and then you got to come to me to get well, it's a wheel.
I believe it because, like, my family that lived in the rancho, like in the original rancho, where, like, you still farm your own corn, you eat the cows that are grown there, like, you eat the chickens that are literally in somebody's, like, land or whatever the case. I have my grandpa, he died at 96 or 99, I don't remember, one of those. But he was very old.
Years
and
old?
mind you, yeah.
Oh, he lived a lovely life.
He did live a lovely life. He actually had a 60-something-year-old wife, which was his second wife when he died.
I know that's right.
30 years younger than his ass. Yep.
Hello.
Mind you, when he was 60 and she was 30, I guess, my aunt still walked in on them. Yeah. But anyway, so the point is, this gentleman, my great-grandpa, mi Papa Nico, he lived his whole life in the rancho. So it's like his whole life was eating nothing but that fresh food, nothing but stuff that he grew, stuff that was probably on his land. Because he had a lot of land back then, a lot of animals and all that. Now, mind you, he was not a healthy man. He drank, he smoked, he drank, he smoked. He drank, smoked.
But what he ate.
Exactly.
What he ate.
Exactly. And that's where the difference is. That he was still having those actual tortillas from grain that was grown on his land. He was having cows from his cattle. He was having chickens from his backyard, you know, and all of that was stuff that was just he ate his whole life.
Back in Texas.
All natural. All natural.
Yeah. That's why if you know, last thing, I know you want to move on, but if you get a chance to watch a documentary on Netflix called Blue Zones, it's about like centenarians all over the world, which is basically people who live to 100 or more. Yeah, they're all over. Like, but there's some in like Spain, there's some in Greece, like there's some like Asia.
Do you know which country has the most?
Asia. Definitely not America. Like over there, like Asia.
I feel like it would be Mexico if they had enough people to go in and document all the little pueblos and shit.
I would say the same thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't have me and my wife been together 14 years, and I done had probably about 4 to 5 times the amount of people that died in my family than hers so far, just in this 14 years.
Yeah, we last.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean,
my grandma and my grandpa, I love them. They're in their 80s right now, still alive and kicking.
Yeah,
it's all the, it's part of the food.
All the things, no, everything that a lot of things that they had in common were the things that they consumed, and most of them were grown. You know, all in every different area. Also, another thing was like how much like physical activity they have. Like, so most of them like still like work on the farm. Yeah, they still
my grandpa.
Work up the farm.
My grandpa used to wake up at 5 in the morning. We live on a hill. He would walk down that hill to go get the bread, and he would walk back up the hill because he's not about to pay for a taxi.
In Greece, you know, they have a lot of hills and stuff, so they still, you know, go walk up to their friend's house all the way up that fucking hill, you know, and then walk back down or whatever the case may be. They still drink wine every day, but it's like the wine and that they actually make. That too.
The altitude.
You know, but then there's also something you were talking about. There's a place, or you know, somewhere in Asia. I can't recall in Asia, but there's something that, and this is something that's also present in each of the other zones as well. But in this particular Asian area, they call it ikigai, which is basically like you knowing your purpose. Like, so here in America, we see that once people stop working, they don't their purpose. Because we've had, like I was talking about, we had to survive. So what you've had to do and what you put all your energy and focus in is like your job. So once you stop doing that, and then now what do? Most of them sit at home. They don't go anywhere. They watch TV. They get, you know, feeble. The shit stops working.
Even in that, you can give them little jobs. Because like I'm telling you, my great-grandpa, the last time I saw him was about a month or 2 before he died. And he was still in his house. The man was actually 96, 99, I don't know which one. But he was still sitting here peeling garlic. Like, that's what his wife put him doing. And I was like, you still got this man working? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, no,
but I guess no, it's the opposite, like you said. Like, it gives them
to keep your mind activated and like locked in on. Otherwise, it goes like that whole like you don't you lose it. Like you have to have something like a little community. Oh, I go and walk with my friends. We go and like knit together. We go to church. We go to bingo.
Need something to live for.
Like you need something to continue to lock into. So it's what you eat, the physical activity, and then also like what you're putting your focus into in your latter years. Like, what's your purpose? What are you living for? What are you getting up? What makes you want to get up every day?
My grandmother,
if you don't have that,
she's retired. She walks every morning.
And she should. That's amazing.
All she does is be a grandmother to my little cousin. He's
That's
like
cool.
the youngest, so she takes him to school, baseball practice, all that. So she does. She's always out.
Yeah. So and I mean, for her, she's like, they give me something to do. Like, let's go.
75.
And that's what my mom loves our son.
That's why I was talking about, like, in America, you see that more often than in those other places. Because, like you said, they're still getting up and farming. They're still going and picking stuff. They're going and, you know, doing whatever the case may be, you know, whatever it is. So, continuing to stay active and do stuff, it's important.
And I love that this is a great way to segue because we talk about more life, having an everlasting life. What's the reason why people are living longer? And with that is Rihanna, right? She bringing another baby into this world.
Hell no,
Of course
he's talk about Rihanna.
Of course he's bringing up Rihanna. That's just his. He in love with Rihanna.
He said he like Rihanna.
He's in love with Rihanna.
We'll talk about Rihanna, but Rihanna ain't having her baby. No, we'll talk about that later.
A$AP Rocky planted his flag. He had 3 babies with that woman.
Man.
Smart man. Go ahead.
That's right.
We're going to talk about my man Ryan Hilton in Cincinnati.
Who's that?
The man son who got shot by a police officer.
And he ran.
And the next day, the father got in his car and killed somebody, one of the police officers.
Did you see that one of the black cops went in there to stay with him?
Yeah, so
white cops
he went in court, got arraigned. The police department was in the courtroom trying to intimidate him, and he looked them all in their face. He didn't back down at all.
You could tell he
didn't back down. He said fuck y'all. He said fuck y'all. Want take mine, take yours. You know, basically.
But that wasn't even the right deputy.
No,
it didn't matter.
I don't think for him it didn't matter.
It wasn't about it being the right. Hold on. When it comes to this courtroom thing and him not backing down, what the visualization of that was. They brought in the whole task force in this court date as if it was, we here for our brother that died because of this dude. So what he chose to do as he walked out of the courtroom was turn around like it was a line, like it's a line right here. It was a line like this, but all the way to the door that he had to walk through. And he did this to all of them.
Shout out to the black lady. She was like this.
And the black lady, all the black,
she was like this the whole time.
Officers didn't look at him. They didn't make eye contact.
He was mean mugging all the way out. Like, what y'all on?
And
I'm with whatever y'all with.
Yeah, he had court.
I just feel like you could take it a little more time.
They found out the car wasn't stolen. It was just late on payment, so it was trying to get repossessed. So I feel like that is.
And the repo people called it in stolen.
Yeah, they called it in stolen, or it gets reported stolen if you're late on payments. Maybe.
No, there's some shady ass car dealerships that do that shit.
They really do.
Yes, if you're like days late on your fucking thing on your payment or whatever the fuck, they will call and report it stolen because it's their property because you haven't brought it back. Or paid them.
But that's fucked up. They should
they
should get charged for that. That's not in no contract, is it?
And they didn't find
is it in the contract?
It probably was.
In the contract where we can call the authorities report this car stolen.
Probably that fine print.
It's possible.
No, it's usually in the contract.
Okay.
A lot of people don't read it because they're just trying to get approved.
They need to mention that part now. You know that should be. But also, like Red Eye was saying. He was in the elevator and it was all white cops, and right before the elevator door closes, this black cop stepped in, and everybody, all the white cops' demeanor changed, and the black cop did not keep his eyes. He kept his eyes up. You feel me? He stood ground. He protected my man over there, my man Ryan Hilton. Cause they was gonna fuck him up, you know, like
in the elevator.
Yeah, the elevator,
like them doors
like all these damn, like I love the police cameras because that's. You know, they snitching on y'all, you know, like point of view type shit. So
it don't matter.
No, so they saying Ryan Hilton, he has a chance of being in this case, you know, but he is getting charged for murder, you know.
There's no way you could be.
He does not have a chance of being in this case.
What did he plead?
I don't know what he pled, but he does not.
I don't know what he pled. I think he probably pled not guilty.
What state was he in?
If he's beating this, it will be a murder charge. He won't be able to beat a manslaughter charge.
No, Cincinnati.
So maybe they were looking for maybe it might be like they look for the death penalty and they end up giving him life in prison type shit.
Yeah, but also you gotta check out the Cincinnati and you know they laws. So
state laws.
What state law is going? What state law is going to be able to make him beat the fact that he drove his car into a deputy?
Oh, I didn't say beating it. I just said he might get a lesser. Oh no, he's not beating this at all. I'm sorry. That's not happening.
That's not premeditated. Like
you could kick a cop and he trips and hits his head on a rock and dies, and you're still gonna get murdered. That's
how much you can kill a police dog, a police horse.
Exactly.
Is that Presidente working over there? That Presidente working on you?
I'm feeling good.
You feeling good?
But no, he got charged with aggravated murder. aggravated murder. So it's not just murder. It's not like attempted one or it's aggravated.
Well, I wonder if his
It's a little
defense is
different,
going to be able to.
It's a little different.
Well, I wonder if his defense is going to be able to argue like some kind of emotional distress or emotional.
But
absolutely.
I've been on TikTok and they
He did
say
it within
his
24 hours of his son passing away,
top
of
notch.
course.
He a top notch brother. He a
I don't even
brother, too.
remember.
Especially because there's the footage shows that he shot his son in the back.
It was literally
somebody told me my son died, and then after that, I don't remember what happened. I was in jail.
He has a window because it was within 24 hours that he can plead that insanity case.
Like, well, I seen that video. Like, I'm turning up.
I mean, it's like this. Like, he had 24 hours. They're gonna still chalk it up as premeditated because you had time to cool down.
Can you imagine?
If it happened and then
that's not the cooling down. Are you kidding me? Do you have kids?
No, he doesn't.
That's
why
Are you kidding me? There's no cooling down from fucking. They shot his son.
No, what I'm saying is, they're not.
You give him years, he's not gonna cool down.
They're gonna chalk it up as premeditated because he had 24 hours. They're gonna count that time span. If he found out and 10 minutes later he killed the cop, that's crime of passion.
10 minutes later, he was still over there with the cops. They were still sitting here trying to calm him down.
This dude could have been. He could have been on his way to work, and he just so happened to see this cop right there, and was like,
trigger. Exactly.
That's
trigger. Immediate trigger.
Because it's within 24 hours. That's still crime of passion.
Yeah, we have to see like what the time frame is between crime of passion and being premeditated. Like how long.
As long as he didn't send out no text messages or no messages from his phone talking about some mama.
Emotional triggers are a bitch. I cannot imagine the type of triggers behind that shit.
Hours, yeah. Like if you just went out and did it, yeah, that's kind of like.
Is that cup clean right there?
The red one.
The red one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can I get that, please? I appreciate it.
Can I ask a lighthearted question? Just like a quick little lighthearted question, because where is the weirdest place that y'all bought weed? Like back in the day, gas
station.
Back before it was so easy, that type of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Gas station.
It was a gas station in Carson. It was a t-shirt shop. You could walk in and like.
Wait, was it a t-shirt shop or gas station?
Well, it's like gas station, t-shirt shop.
Oh, it was both.
Yeah, so
that's dope as hell. Get some gas, get some shirts.
He he'll wrap it for you like cellophane and then like give it to you.
Was this in Carson or Delamo?
Off of Avalon and Delamo.
Yeah,
there you go. I mean, I don't want to get. Delamo is a district.
That's Delamo.
I don't want you. I don't want you to snitch and give the exact location where you was getting this.
He gave it specific.
I just wanted to know which part
that shit gone, man. That shit long gone.
He dropped the pin on him.
You know how back in the day they had them hood shops.
You saying you went to a hood shop?
Oh, probably like.
And what do you mean by that? Paint the. I already know what you're talking about. Paint the picture.
Maybe one of the jankiest places I got weed is probably like in
double doors,
a back house shack. Maybe I don't know. Like weed is weed.
The first door you had to get buzzed in.
Give me to the Vaughn's parking lot. You know, I don't know.
What's the back house shack look like?
Yeah,
the back house shack.
Just the craziest one that you remember. Tell us. You walk up to the door, it look like Granny's house, but the back door is actually locked by a buzzer.
No.
I'm just guessing here.
I ain't never been no shit like that.
I have, but anyways.
I never been no crazy shit like that. That's wild, dog.
I've been door.
That's crazy.
He don't got no crazy story. Shaden, you got a crazy story.
Weed is weed, but also
downtown LA.
Nah, right up on Princeton.
But also, when I was back in the day, I always like to meet up somewhere in like a residential or like a public area.
I forget you're from the valley. So
Yeah.
he was over there meeting up by some house.
Weed man.
He picked up from Chad.
Give me a weed man, like from the homies, like they'll come outside. I'm like, yo, I'm outside. They'll come to the window to your car door type shit. So like,
make it fat.
I remember one story. One time we went to a house party in Burbank, and they said we said we was picking up some weed, but finding out the homie's cousin was picking up some fucking cocaine or crack type shit.
Damn.
And when he did that shit, I was like,
he said cocaine or crack.
It was one of them too, but it was one of them hard drugs.
I wouldn't want to buy weed from myself.
But you know, like I was like, but the thing is, my thing is, nigga, I'm the motherfucker that was driving because I'm like, we about to go pick up some weed type shit. You feel me? Not knowing I'm about to pick up some cocaine or crack and having that nigga in my car type shit. I'm just like, oh shit, like, nah, nigga, I don't do them hardcore drugs, nigga. I stick to the earth shit. You heard?
To the earth shit.
Yeah, but if you selling crap, I'm not buying you weed.
But I'm just saying that I could say that'd be one of my craziest pickups.
That is
I
wild.
haven't had a crazy weed story.
You don't have a crazy weed story.
Who did you used to pick up from?
You know how somebody come to the house or something? Or,
Where did you live?
But I also went to I went to college in.
Stop this story right here.
I went to college in Portland, so I got a lot of.
All right, keep it weird.
I got a lot of fucking weed out there, and it was like usually somebody on campus or somebody I knew, so we were gonna meet up. You know, it was one of those like hand.
You started smoking in college?
Hell yeah,
That's crazy.
when
Look at her. She ready to be an adult. That's right.
19 was really.
That's right.
Yeah. It was like, oh, we're in the game, baby. Outside.
Fuck smoking in high school.
Like did you?
I tried it in high school.
I was gonna say that's what, like when you first like officially smoking like weekly, daily.
Who?
In college. In college.
Yeah.
Nah.
But like I tried it in high school.
You asking that for her, or are you saying people in general?
He's trying to say people in general.
Hell
no.
He said no.
I was sporadic when I was like 15, 16, but like 19 is when I was smoking like every week.
I started regular.
I was all about sports growing up, so like I didn't even think about smoking. I don't want my lunch.
Fuck that. I was over there smoking in the baseball, like the baseball diamond.
Then again, when I grew up, I was like, damn, that shit could help me help my wind.
Well, I was on scholarship. So,
oh yeah, you could in your ass.
No, I was.
You still smoking? You still blazing? You still?
And still was beating all of it. Like, come on.
I got a brother that's
what you do. If you really locked into sports and you working out like that, you coming home and smoking is not gonna affect you. Like especially if you D1 working out, lifting, running, like conditioning
practice.
Got
the nutrition and all that too.
That shit. Like okay.
Hey, what's your favorite liquor? What's your favorite tequila brand?
I like Torres brandy.
What about Don Julio or Casamigo?
We don't drink
neither one
Don
of those.
Julio. I don't know. We don't drink Casamigo.
Both of those brands are under a new lawsuit right now. They are accused of putting fake sugar or sugar cane in their liquor, and that is illegal.
It's fake sugar.
Fuck this story too.
I could see that.
What? You said fuck this story?
That's what she said.
Well, I've been talking shit, yeah, because I said we didn't even get to tell our stories. I said it's cool though.
Right.
Fuck this shit. Fuck this story too.
You
just heard the last part.
She asked about like where you got the crazy.
It's cool. We're not telling the story no more.
My bad.
I don't even trip. I don't want to tell my story.
That Presidente kicking in. I told y'all.
That part.
Keep going, my bad. My head's on a time thing, like I'm radio, you feel me? So I'd be like, oh, that's 5 minutes, let's go. Mm-hmm. But we're good, we're live. It's
5 minutes because y'all two are long-winded.
Keep going. That's true, you right, my bad.
But that's the
so Ellie,
huh?
What was the craziest place you got picked up weed from?
I had a good one, see?
Where?
That's from a cokehead over on Canal in New Orleans.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
We were waiting for our tour bus. And I was running along to try to get to my tour bus stop. And the dude was like, hey, can I have a cigarette? And in New Orleans, everybody asks you for a cigarette.
This is at McDonald's, mind you.
No, we're not at McDonald's yet. Hold on. I'm just on Canal. And five people had already asked me for a cigarette that morning. And I've been giving them all cigarettes. Because I'm not stingy. Yeah, fuck it, here you go. But everybody smokes. Yeah. This dude asked me for, I'm like, dude, I'm running out. I was like, I've been giving everybody. He's like, oh, come on, please. I'll pay you. I was like, nah, you don't even got to. Here you go. And I gave him one. And he's like, well, let me give you something. You want some Coke? I said, no, thank you. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
He was like, well, you want some weed? And I'm like, well, now that you mention it.
Right. What kind of weed?
He's like, how much do you want? And I'm like, I'm not ready to give a cokehead too much money, right?
Right.
So let me go, well, here, give me $10. Give me a dime.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
No, I'll be right back.
Now, mind you, I'm already
you gave a crack cokehead?
A cokehead, yes.
A cokehead, $10.
I gave a cokehead $10.
And he said he'll be right back?
Yeah, now mind you, we didn't have any weed in New Orleans though.
In a different state.
It's illegal in New Orleans, so there was no way to get it, and we weren't about to fly out there with it because we'd never tried it before.
What year?
No, it wasn't. It was 2018 because they were having their 200-year anniversary. But anyways, no wait, it wasn't 20. Was it 2018? Damn it! Now I'm fucked up.
It might be 2021.
But no, it was 2018 because it was before COVID. Yeah.
Okay.
Their 200-year anniversary. Anyways.
Oh yeah, we couldn't buy. You couldn't.
No, you couldn't.
Like
you couldn't at all.
It's BC.
So when we got there, and this guy's like,
you can travel with weed now, but I'm just saying back then, 18.
Now you absolutely
we know that
can.
now.
Yeah, you know, I'm saying 18 you couldn't. You know.
No,
you
when it's
could, but you couldn't.
When it's happened, she came to me, right? She. So I'm waiting at the bus stop.
No, you caught up with me because remember I had run ahead, and that's why I ran into that dude first.
We didn't run no ahead. I was sitting at the stop waiting for the bus, and she went to go do what she did, and then she came back to me like, "Oh, I just gave this cokehead this money. You know, it's only $10. So if he don't come back, I don't know. But it's been about 3, 4, 5 minutes. You know, and he ain't came back yet. You know, but it was only $10.
But we're still waiting for our tour bus too.
Yeah,
we're still at the tour bus stop, so we're like, we gotta be here anyway.
Right.
Like, how long did you have to wait until the?
Well, hold on. After he starts making me nervous, I'm like, you know what? You're right. This cokehead might have ran off with the money. So I go into because he had gone to McDonald's. So I go into the McDonald's and I pass by this one like little booth in McDonald's where a dude absolutely smells like weed, and I was like, okay, so that dude has weed, but I don't know if this cokehead got me my weed or not. And I go to the back of McDonald's and there's another exit. I was like, oh, all right, never mind. He took off, went into one of these other streets. I come back out. I was like, yeah, there's another exit. So he's gone, right? Cokehead runs up to me. Hey, I got it. Here you go. He gives me a tiny ass little nickel bag of weed.
But
I'm still impressed.
Did he take some out?
Listen, yes. No. He didn't do that. Listen. You got to listen to it. So, okay. I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe weed is just expensive in New Orleans.
Listen.
I'm like, maybe. Listen, Linda.
Sound like Carla.
Maybe.
Listen. Sorry. Keep going.
He said he's discriminating.
It's the brandy.
It has to be.
It's all right.
Whole different type of Hispanic, but all right, we're gonna let that pass.
No,
anyway,
it's just number.
Salvadorians and Mexicans, but all right, yeah, whatever, it's okay. We all look the same, I guess. Anyway, so back to my story though. So the cokehead comes back with the weed, and I was like, well, you know, maybe weed is just it's expensive out here. That's why I got such a little nug of weed, but I got weed.
It wasn't no bullshit weed either.
It wasn't. It was good weed.
So we like, okay, maybe there was some street selling weed type shit, back in the day.
Was it a plastic bag or a capsule?
Yeah, it was a plastic bag.
It was like they took saran wrap and wrapped it around a little yeah.
Okay.
But
I got some of that before.
But we're like, all right, fuck it. At least now we know this cokehead's honest. We got an honest cokehead.
And we got his number.
What was
his name?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Okay.
But we remember. But outside of that, we hit him up. We're like, hey, you know what? Let me get a dub. We hit him up. He goes. He takes it. He actually takes him. Mind you, I got the baby. I'm over here with the stroller following them like. Not even a block behind. I'm just following them behind. And he's over there walking ahead. They go over there to the DoubleTree, whatever the case. They meet up with Cousin Smiley. Cousin Smiley is the one who's hooking. Cousin Smiley's the one hooking him up. Now we got Cousin Smiley's phone number too. Okay. So now we got straight to the source.
Yeah, you got some,
right?
You got some connects. Okay.
Yeah. So now Cousin Smiley's like, hey, next time if you want, I can get you the 8 for 25. And he's like, well, what are you talking about? We just got a gram for 20. He's like, nah, he just got a gram of coke and a gram of weed.
Oh my God. Oh Lord.
So Buddy was hustling us the whole time. So every time we gave him something,
he got half.
He took half.
So that's why I got that little nickel bag of weed.
Exactly.
Damn.
And he gets mad, and the dude is like, look, it's the cost of business. Or what did he say to you? Something along those lines.
I'm talking shit. I'm talking about to the dudes.
To Cousin Smiley, though. That's the wrong person.
This nigga, he been hustling me the whole. He don't even get mad.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it. We got Cousin Smiley's number now. Now we can come back to the quarter and get some weed. We're good.
Yeah.
So now I'm meeting them up myself. We just give the straight cross like, hey, like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Leave that cokehead out the way now.
We got
shout out Cousin Smiley.
We lost $30 behind this, but it gave the plug, so we like, it's cool.
No, mind you, we see the cokehead again.
What?
Yeah, because we stayed on Canal, so we see the cokehead again walking up and down Canal. He runs into him. He tells him, he's like, yo, what? We found out that he's like, I don't even remember. I was so high. My bad. Like,
no, he was like, I was so high. I probably did do that. My bad.
Yeah.
we weren't even mad though. That was like what, $15 he got us for, but we got the connect. We got some. Okay.
It was worth it.
Yeah, it was.
Are you going? Are you gonna go with her stories, things, or are you gonna say your own?
No, he got his own.
No, my craziest pickup stories in Mexico. Yeah, one of my craziest pickups. So,
from Cartel.
So when we go to Mexico, we already know how. Like after our first time, when we went the first time, it take like 3 days to get our shit. we put an order in and take 3 days to come to where we at.
Damn.
So we learned to put an order in ahead of time.
Okay.
This one time we go, and we didn't put the order in ahead of time. So we go, we like, all right, let's pick up. And the dude that we go to, which is her uncle, he come back with some shit like, look, I got about this much worth, and we always get like a quarter of an ounce whenever we pick up for this price that he telling us right now.
It's 150 pesos. That's about $7 to $8.
This dude charged us 200 pesos. I was here. I only got this much. We like, nah, this some bullshit.
My uncle's a punk. They probably punked him.
Yeah.
He didn't punk us. They punked him.
Yeah, they punked him. So we like, man, that's some bullshit. Her grandma,
Anyway.
her grandma comes like, you need some what? I got you. I'm like, Grandma, we've been trying to hide this from you. What you mean you finna get it for us?
Oh, yeah, because she was mad. So bring that up, too. Because she was mad. She was like, why don't you guys ever stay out here? And now, mind you, I'm not going to admit that I'm a pothead. So I was like, Grandma, I'll be honest with you. My husband smokes weed.
Right, but put it on him.
Look, my husband smokes weed.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, I don't want to be doing that around you. I don't want to bring that around the house. She said, is that it? Come over. We're gonna give you the room, and that room pretty much has a door to the outside, so you could like go outside, and you right there on our front little like steps and everything, so you could just sit there. Yeah. We got a whole little porch with the dog and all that. It's a nice little area. And so she was like, okay, we're gonna give you that room. So if you need to, just go out that door, go over there, and then you can come back in this door and come back in the house and come back with everybody.
Right.
But we wasn't relying on her to pick up for us.
Yeah. She was just approving it. Like, if that's the reason, I don't care. Come on. Like, I just want you guys to stay with us.
Right.
Man, she came back to us and was like, look, I got it for you. I don't know why you didn't just ask me first. I don't know why he went to that sorry ass nigga, which is her son-in-law.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know why he went to that sorry ass.
He said,
Look, so when she make the call, we usually get like a quarter of an ounce, when we pick up for this little 150.
Yeah.
She gave us a good quarter of a pound.
Oh, whoa.
When she came back with the same price, 150.
Yeah.
And we like, this shit so fresh, it's still wet.
Oh,
we
She was like, you're gonna have to set this one out here to dry.
Oh my
but
God,
after that one's done, this one here is ready though. This one here is ready. But just go ahead and set that one up there like I got it, and it'll be fine.
I hated picking up wet weed. Like, from, like, street dealers, I hate that shit. I'm like, you got me fucked up, nigga.
Nah,
like, you ever, like, smoking wet weed was the worst.
Put it on the sun. Yeah, you hanging out.
He talking about teenage years when we try to smoke in the moment. We pick up a dime and we pick up a dub sack, and the dub sack's still moist. And it's like, this shit's too moist, too sticky, too wet. We can't.
No, as soon as too sticky, but too just wet. And
no. I know what you mean. That's because it's most of the time it's that wet because it's gonna end up being that sticky. But it's like, this motherfucker's so wet that as soon as we spark it, we take a hit and it go out. Like, it's that moist.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's what he talking about.
I hate it. But we're going to keep moving on to the next topic, man. This is a Straight Out Trunk Radio podcast, episode 1. It's your boy Bank had the name, Straight Out Trunk Radio, man. We got Stay Shady in the motherfucking house. We got BTW in the motherfucking house. Sneaks and LEG in the motherfucking house, man. All right, next subject. I'm going to wait till Ellie come back for this one, but I'm going to move on to another one. Bill Gates plans to give away all his money and close down his company in the next 20 years. I hope he is. I hope I'm in that list of people he gives some of his money to.
Well, from what I read, it's more so that he wants to. Well, a lot of the things. Well, number one, it's super questionable when it comes to Bill Gates because he's bought up a lot of land, and he basically owns all the like seeds to all of the things that we like grow and eat. So, and like the rights or the prototypes or whatever, I'm not exactly sure the right terminology for it. So a lot of people have had speculation on him like controlling our like food, a large percentage of our food supply. So, and then his controversial work with like polio in Africa and how like that has fucked up a lot of kids and a lot of people who took the vaccination and shit. So, on that end, it's kind of like, are you trying to clear your conscience? But also, I always want to leave space for people to surprise you in a good way and to change, and there's room for change no matter how old you are. So, I think I read in the article on CNN that he sees that the current administration is basically taking away. I think he quoted, or the quote was, that Elon Musk is taking away from the poorest children. So he's ultimately saying like the things that his foundation and everything that he like donates to and he wants to progress, which is like healthcare and like, you know, I can think like education, educate all the things that, you know, like things that help sustain society ultimately. All those things are trying to be taken away by the administration, you know, this administration. So this
administration means the presidential administration?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess based on, you know, probably talks that he's had with Trump, you know, and they basically were like, no, we're not. Like, you want to do that? No, we're not supporting that. Probably that's what it.
If he's coming out saying some shit like that he's not agreeing with the decisions of the administration, that means he knows deeper conversations that's being had. Based on the simple fact that this is Bill Gates, and he has a lot of communications with politicians and other billionaires that are in this space of knowing where these politics decisions will affect their money. So that means he already has the backdoor information. So if he's saying this, I'm gonna believe it.
Yeah, well, he also
just because you're a billionaire, you don't have to agree with other billionaires about things.
True. Well,
I'm saying this is a disagreement that is allowing you to know what the conversations is like behind these with these other people that's having these conversations. This is a conversation amongst our poor selves. This is the conversations that these rich people have. Like Donald Trump and his circle, they don't think like politicians, so their conversations isn't a political conversation. Their conversations go business wise, so that word spreads to other business people. So if this dude is hearing this billionaire conversation that's going on, he knows what's going on. So if he's saying I'm not with it, that means some other shit going on that is not comfortable.
Well, I mean, I think he understands and sees that. Well, because he also said like he's encouraging other billionaires to do the same, which I thought was hilarious because I know most of the billionaires like, nigga, you want to give away your money? That's you, not me. I guarantee that's probably most of their sentiments. But I think what he understands, which is what most people, and I guess you could say like the poor, you know, part of society understands that like if those billions of dollars that you guys, you know, have held up in, you know, offshore accounts and real estate and all the business things, if they were spread out among society, we would all be able to breathe a little bit more. We'd all be able to, you know, not have to work 2 jobs, you know, like our you know, wages would keep up with our cost of living and, you know, things like that. So it seems like Bill Gates is kind of like seeing where the world is going and just understanding how his billions, his finances can help assist that in the opposite, basically to help the less fortunate ultimately. Because he understands like I think he's like 75. So he understands that like I'm not going to be here much longer. Like he's like, let's start spreading this shit around.
This year's topic conversation, Ben. Do you believe this?
He said we have an opportunity to save more lives around the world than we ever before, and I want to do more than help. That's why I'm giving away virtually all his wealth through the Gates Foundation. So
you know what would truly make a difference if he were to invest that money into the unlimited energy idea that Tesla had, to where everybody could get, you know.
Yeah, because we are running out.
Exactly. So, you know, that would kind of help the world.
I'm not going to lie to you.
If some millionaire, billionaire, rich person were to fund that to where it's for the betterment of everybody, even though it puts Edison out of business.
So, he said, nice. The announcement comes as President Donald Trump's administration is working to slash funding for health, foreign, and other public assistance programs the types of causes that Gates Foundation supports, raising concerns about stalled progress on research and other crucial projects. So like his, initiatives to like cure things and things like that.
This nigga's a liar.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, that's why I'm kind of taking it with
a
a grain of salt a bit, because it's kind of like, people will say a lot of things about me when I die, but I am determined that he died rich will not be one of them. He turned 70 later this year.
That sounds like some guilt trips type shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
that sound like some guilt trip.
This sound like a nigga in debt and he's about to die and he's gonna sit here and say, hey, this is what I'm sitting here thinking of. Ain't no way you 70 years old and you've been through so many timelines of this history, and that right now you decide to say, hey, I want to give my fortune and wealth away to people based off the simple fact that I think that they deserve it.
Did you say debt or death?
Debt. I think he's either
not in debt, baby. Bill Gates is not in debt.
If he's not in debt,
Bill Gates is the one person.
If he's not in debt, that means there's something more going on with this.
He's about to die.
Exactly.
That part's true. Yes, he's about to die, and he's starting to have some type of a humanitarian crisis of what the fuck did I do with my life?
He knows.
So he's trying to make it up. He thinks he can buy his way into heaven right now.
He knows that they're feeding us humans.
What does it matter? I mean, is it like vegan humans or is it like?
Because let me ask you a question. Because
am I eating the vegans?
You remember that Savoy
Soylent Green?
Soylent Green, right? It's about this like a 1976 movie type shit where this guy finds out where people die.
Weird.
They have an episode of The Simpsons where they satire that.
Yeah.
So shit like that. Like, so let me ask you a question. During COVID and all these people that died during COVID, where did they go?
Where did they go?
Because they said they had people like bodies buried, like backed up in bunkers and fucking
They were
crates.
decomposing.
So like, where did those bodies go? Did they burn those bodies? Did they bury those bodies? Some of these families didn't have real fucking funerals because they member was put in like a.
If you can't afford to bury your family or nobody claims the body, what they automatically do is cremate it, and they cremate it at the cost of the county. So usually the county pays. Hold on. No, honestly, if you have absolutely nothing, let's say you die poor, right? Mm-hmm. Your family can apply for pretty much for the county's help, and I believe they give you, I don't remember if it's $1,500 or $2,000, but of a credit to use towards disposing of this person's body.
So I'm gonna tell you, first off, regardless of how many people died and how many bodies was left outside of that hospital, as long as that body was claimed by their family, after that, it's all upon the family to get rid of that body. Secondly, it's just like she said, they have ways of making sure that this body's buried. My stepdad was buried in a 6 or 8 man grave. So it was like, that's how bad.
During COVID?
No, not during COVID. Just in general, like that's how bad these things are. It's like, it's not as simple as, oh, you don't have the money, we're not gonna bury him. It's gonna like, we're gonna bury him on top of 6 more people. Mm-hmm. And now you think you're gonna go to your loved one's gravesite, and now you just in there talking to your loved one plus 6 other people that's underneath his body because they all stacked on top of each other. And which one is buried 6 deep, and which one is buried 12 deep, and which one is buried like. how does this work? Like,
but the cheapest one, like for homeless people, they'll cremate them.
But the bodies are gone. Crazy. The bodies are gone unless they weren't picked up and everything.
I do. Make sure I'm dead. I don't want to wake up in a fucking. I don't want to wake up in a grave. Make sure I'm dead. Burn me.
I'm down to be cremated.
That's wild. All right. So we Str8 Trunk Radio. I'm about to move to the next subject real quick.
What's the next subject?
You dig? Would you rather go to a Kendrick Lamar concert or a Chris Brown concert?
I think at this point, Kendrick Lamar, but if you would have asked me, 18 years ago, absolutely Chris Brown.
I say Chris Brown, even though I'm going to see Kendrick next week.
You going to see Kendrick?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to see him next week.
Like, you bought the ticket or you got the invite?
No, I bought the ticket.
That's dope.
How much is the ticket, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I had the Cash App. I had the Cash App card. So, it was the Cash App card.
So it was like how they did with the pop-out? You gotta pay a certain account type shit.
Well, because normally it's like American Express. Like you have to have an American Express account to get the certain like
We get
benefits.
free tickets, so we don't know.
Okay,
about that.
okay. So normally it's American Express, but the reason why Kendrick's was so big was because he used Cash App, which is like nigga shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
That's why I said, like, with the pop out, he was like,
I support it. He could have found some way to make it like EBT cash approved.
So,
I think
yeah,
that
you
would
were
be
able
dope.
to get, like, so I paid, I think mine was only like 3 something, and I'm
only
like
300 and something.
No,
or like $3.
No, it was like mine's like it was like 2 something. But yeah, 2 something. But I'm at.
But that's better than a lot of prices.
I'm not saying that is not cheap. What I'm saying is that is more money than I would ever spend to see anybody. No matter, I love a lot of these artists. I love them. I love y'all. Kendrick, shout out. I'm not saying you're not worth the $200, $300.
If that was a very small fraction of our income, but the fact that that's a fraction, that we can still calculate our income.
Really good.
Shout out to you for Kendrick.
Really
y'all need West Coast.
Look, 2 tickets. That's
This is a West Coast platform.
I get it. It's 2 people. I get it. It's just me.
This is a West Coast platform, and we support the West Coast. And you can tell she supported the West Coast. So y'all need to make sure Shaded gets something out of this.
I'm trying to go.
So you watching Chris Breezy?
No, he just said
no. I want to see Kendrick, but if I had to choose between Kendrick and Chris Brown, I'm picking Chris Brown because I feel like Chris Brown is our Michael Jackson. Like, he's going to give us that type of show. He's going to dance. He's going to perform. He's going to give you that.
For the ladies, yeah.
And it's just
but at the same time.
You going to go watch a man flash his ass?
I'm not even worried about that.
Do a couple butterflies,
I'm gonna say more
body rolls.
So if you only had one ticket and you're not taking somebody with you, you taking Chris Brown over Kendrick?
It's you by yourself.
Being by myself.
It's not even like, I'm taking Carla, so it looks normal that I got a girl there. No. You go by yourself.
I would go to Chris Brown.
You gotta be that tall ass dude with the glasses in the crowd just out there.
I'm a fan of his art. If I never seen him live, and I want to see him.
Shit.
This is the same thing. It's like
you stand there staring at this nigga while you.
Hell yeah.
Nigga, fuck that. I'm gonna be dancing.
He gonna be like, here we are.
I'm gonna be dancing, having a good time, and check this out, and check the ratio.
Right, it's all bitches.
Right. Hold on.
That is true. You gotta find some drug aunties.
It's hella women.
For sure.
This will help me out more.
This check, but
what is Chris Brown performing? Is he performing new Chris Brown
or is he doing the hits?
Old Chris Brown?
But
is he out here trying to run it?
I believe Chris Brown goes through his catalog on tour.
I'm talking about 2000. I
believe Chris Brown does his catalog on tour.
We're not saying what you believe. We are talking about. When you talk about purchasing these tickets, what are you expecting to see? I'm
expecting him to go through his catalog and give me a motherfucking great show with his dancers.
So you know his catalog?
Of course not.
You know his catalog?
Why not?
Why
the restraining order is over and they got songs together.
Do you know his catalog?
That's not gonna happen.
So you know
she made a song with him after he beat her ass.
You know a 2024 song, Chris Brown song?
Residuals, nigga.
What?
Damn.
How's that go?
This nigga deserved to be at a Chris Brown concert.
Yeah, you do. How's that go?
How's that go? What you mean? He just went. He just performed in Brazil. Nigga, like he about to have his breezy bowl, like
straight out the
Hold on. Shay's singing it.
Chris Brown's one of my favorite first artists. I bought an actual fucking hard copy CD from
straight out the trunk.
So like I said, I would love to see Kendrick Lamar though, if I was given the choice.
Listen,
but I'm lying. It was Bow Wow, Puppy Love.
He's a great
performer. Be real.
Bow Wow, Puppy Love. But then
hold on. Beyonce. Did you really buy it
myself?
Hold on. This is a real question. Since you say you bought that.
Okay,
So that means when you bought that album, did you get the disc that goes inside the computer?
What you mean?
What?
Bow Wow, when he dropped his album, it came with a fucking video game that went on the computer. You play basketball, the video game.
I didn't get that one, nigga.
That was bootleg. That was bootleg. He purchased.
That's a lie.
Take it back to the real CD he actually bought was Chris Brown.
Wow, nah, lie.
So the only reason I believe it is because back then artists were doing a lot of that type of shit with their CDs, with their discs, and all of that. Like NSYNC, Britney Spears linked up with McDonald's.
Well, I didn't get that one, nigga. I'm just saying, like I got Puppy Love, nigga.
Well, I mean, I think Chris Brown's a great performer, and he has a lot of hits that a lot of us know. So I don't think And I mean, I feel like this is the problem when it comes to like, and I was talking about earlier with like the patriarchy doing its job, because men feel like, oh, I can't go to a Chris Brown concert by myself because why? You gay?
I mean,
like,
yeah.
Why, like,
honestly, though,
like,
he's doing most of the show for the girls.
Like, look at me and start judging me.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
because what is he doing? Be real. What is Chris Brown doing out there? Every video that you see, every clip that you see from his concert, what's he doing?
No, that's
is.
from that one song that you talking about. Take
Hold
you
on,
down.
I'm offended as a male by hearing this statement. So
I'm offended by y'all judging me thinking I'm gay because I want to go to a Chris Brown concert.
Nobody said you gay. Hold on, nobody said you gay. What the hell?
So we don't.
The judgment eyes, niggas.
We doing
rewind that shit. Clip the shit in. Rewind. Did anybody
we
say?
doing content? So we doing
a lot
content.
of men think that.
They didn't say I was gay, but they eyes said it themselves.
We doing content and we respect it, and I was respecting the what is it? The narrative that Ellie was painting.
All right. Because
it was a truthful question that could be asked, because that is the dynamic of things. I wasn't asking you because I felt it was gay.
What narrative?
I felt that. Well, he said I'm gay.
Oh no!
I wasn't painting the narrative.
I know you wasn't, babe, but it sounded good.
I was painting the narrative that you would look weird being by yourself at a Chris Brown concert.
And I'm saying,
my
only question,
just like a grown man by himself at Chuck E. Cheese.
Look, I was a grown man alone at a at the Migos concert. I was solo at the Migos concert at a time. So I'm not saying going to a concert is weird. My question is based off a simple fact is I didn't know that you still was keeping up with Chris Brown.
Fuck yeah.
That's all. Are you fucking to Chris Brown?
You said what?
Are you fucking to Chris Brown?
Oh,
and then you play that Chris Breezy and that.
Nah.
Then it's weird. If you, how are you keeping up with Chris Brown and you not fucking to him? Why?
Wait.
You a real Chris Brown?
Wait.
Like
because at the same time, like,
hold on, maybe he's doing some love song that he identifies with.
No, I don't know what you're saying.
This is what I'm saying. Alexa, play sex music.
Right, so you fucking to him.
So if it comes on, it comes on. I'm not saying.
So you're fucking to Chris Brown.
Oh no. So you jacking off toRis Brown?
I was like, why you gotta?
Because if you ain't fucking to him, but you saying play sex music, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, why
I'm
you
about to
playing
have
sex music?
Like I'm having sex and be like, Alexa, play some sex music.
That means you fucking to Chris Brown.
I'm not saying, yo, Alexa, put on that Chris Brown, take you down.
Okay, that doesn't. Okay, does that change the fact that you are sitting here fucking to Chris Brown?
If his song come on, then it
I'm
happens.
not saying exclusively to Chris Brown. I'm saying at some point you are fucking to Chris Brown.
I have.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
And that's why you will go to a Chris Brown concert.
Shit.
You are listening memories of shit that you got going on.
There is nothing wrong with who you got to fuck.
I respect that.
There's nothing wrong with who you got to fuck to, all right? For you, it's Chris Brown. Jay Holiday. Okay. Everybody got their own, all right? You can't be judging. Chris Brown, go on.
That's underrated.
Take you to bed. Bed.
No, you gotta move past that.
Bed.
You gotta move past that.
That's the only one he got.
No, you're back of my lap.
Back of my lap. Run into my arms. What's that other one?
First of all, I was about to say, Back of My Lack was the whole album was fire, and then the second one, right, which is round 2, was fire. You're tripping.
I'm about to listen to him. The only one I heard that got the only one. What off of those albums? What was the hits?
She just named like 4 of them.
For real?
No, but was they radio?
Listen to him, my guy.
Or was they just hits because you liked them? They was inspired songs.
But there was like 3.
Hold on. These were radio hits. You was just fucking the Chris Brown. It's cool.
Hold on.
But no, I'm saying no. I'm saying like I'm laughing because it's Jay Holiday, and nobody knows Jay Holiday besides.
You're tripping.
Bed.
You don't know.
Like what was it? What other radio hits Jay Holiday had other than Bed that was played on the radio?
Why are you only qualifying radio hits?
Okay.
So you don't go beyond mainstream media.
Because that's what people know.
So you don't go beyond mainstream radio.
I do, but not fucking Jay Holiday.
We don't know Chris
Brown. Hell no, hold on.
Because after Jay Holiday, Jay Holiday, I wasn't really after Bed. I wasn't really invested because he had no more hits. Where did he go?
Tell her, yeah, he did. He absolutely did.
You're big tripping. So On
I'm the dream over Jay Holiday.
Let her make a point.
Letting y'all know that.
That means he finished quick and he's already sleeping. So he's dreaming during Jay Holiday.
Yeah,
the dream over Jay Holiday.
Oh, my bad. That's not what I heard at all.
He had bad.
Yeah, I don't know. That's that brandy, nigga. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Salud.
He had bed. He had come here. He had suffocate.
Oh, he had suffocate. Okay, I give him two.
Be with me.
Never heard of it.
He had
Pimpin' Me. That's the one we were naming.
He actually had Fallen. Fallen was a big one in
that
round
was
2.
probably one of the biggest.
Fallen by who? Him? And who?
It's yours on the next album.
Run into my arms.
Run into my arms. Sing to you
while I sing to you. And that one he's talking about fucking while he sings to her. Okay.
Make that sound.
I don't know. I'm telling you, I never listened to Jay Holiday. I'm gonna listen to him on the way home.
No, he got some.
Do it.
I'm listening. What album should I listen to?
Both of them. Whichever one you choose.
He only got 2?
He got
Well,
those two is the one.
Those are the 2.
Back of my lack in round 2.
Chris Brown, like on Apple 20, is still charted.
And that's why I'm asking you if you still listen to him. There's no Mr. Chris Brown. I rock with Chris Brown. Chris Brown is a legend.
I still do.
But I was just curious that when you talk about going to a Chris Brown concert or a Kendrick Lamar concert, I can't choose Chris Brown.
I know more Chris Brown songs.
I know more Chris Brown songs, and I'm still choosing Kendrick.
Yeah, fair enough. But that's fair. But I mean, for me personally, I just feel
you
like
need to go to therapy. Ask your therapist, why do you want to go to a Kendrick?
Whoa, hey, red flag. Don't be ridiculing therapy like that.
I wasn't.
You are though. No, that's what we're not gonna do. I'm gonna tell you like I tell my kids at school. Look, we are not about to put down others in that way. That's not what we're doing in here, okay? So unless you can give encouraging, we're not gonna be
battery die.
Yep.
If we are black,
I don't give a damn. They can still hear.
They can
hear. The point
hear
is, no, Bankhead, you are not about to sit here and put down
I
therapy
wasn't
like
about
that. Just because you too pussy to go in there and face your feelings.
Oh, pussy.
Pussy.
I ain't pussy.
Say it again, Doug.
Can we say that online?
I ain't
pussy.
I ain't pussy to go
That's
talk
right.
to my feelings. I just.
But we're not putting down therapy.
I'll never
deal with your shit.
All right, Brandy.
Moving on.
God damn. But I wasn't putting down therapy. It was more in a joking manner. It wasn't a malicious way or
anything.
anything.
But we black anyway, right?
Yeah.
I say we black.
She felt. Okay, never mind.
Presidente.
But I am going to motherfucking Chris Brown concert versus a Kendrick. I will. I'm trying to go to.
He's standing by Chris Brown.
I'm trying to go to the Kendrick concert. Don't get me wrong. Like somebody's supposed to give me a ticket because I helped him out with something. But if that happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. I'm not holding that against nobody's head. You feel me?
You need to start applying and hitting people up as a media outlet. Just be like, look, I got a media outlet. I got a platform. I want to be out here and cover your shit. Yeah. Use that shit.
I gotta find out who I gotta hit up.
You just hit up everybody.
I can't hit up Dave.
One of them's gonna work.
He ain't gonna hit me back.
Ooh.
Fun fact, let's drop some more free games.
Isn't his name on the wall right here?
Not Dave Free.
If you want to get your music
that's
on
Mike.
movies,
That's Mike Free.
credit
Dave Free was up in this bitch. I'm like, what they do, Dave?
there will be a
Nah,
music
Dave Free ain't been
supervisor.
in here yet, you know, but Dave
Music
Free will be here
supervisor
soon.
is
Don't
That's
get me
funny
wrong.
because I forget
Let's
Mike's
speak that to
For
existence.
LinkedIn or Indeed, email him until he responds, and then hopefully you'll get your song listed onto the actual production.
Oh, that was a great advertisement.
It was.
Great advertisement.
No, I was telling people how to get their music onto movies and shows.
Oh, speaking of that.
Yes.
The actor who played the dad of That's So Raven and Corey in the House has been hospitalized
That's so sad.
for battling severe pancreatitis, and he started a GoFundMe.
I saw that when you said it. That's so sad.
My bad, I did not even say his name. His name is Rondell Sheridan.
Is it pancreatic cancer?
It just says severe pancreatitis.
To your pancreas.
And so like,
pancreatic
he can't do nothing really.
When you're talking about.
He can't really do nothing about it. He could just wait till the inflammation go down. Like he has to just chill in the hospital, and that just sucks because like who wants that pain?
Yeah, but them steroids to take down the inflammation are expensive.
But people can actually survive without a pancreas. I had an uncle who was still an alcoholic for many years after they had it taken out. So.
Interesting.
Fun fact. But yeah, the point is he's got a shot. And the guy is famous, so definitely a lot of people are going to have nostalgia and want to donate to That's So Raven's dad, you know?
Yeah, I heard he put up a GoFundMe, correct?
Yeah, he put up a GoFundMe and people are donating.
Absolutely.
I want to say that you continue to donate, but is like people making fun of him for having a GoFundMe?
No.
I hope not.
Nah, but some people. But I hate when people do make fun of people that put up GoFundMe's though, because like, why the fuck?
Times is hard.
Like times is hard. Like I was having this conversation like last week. Like every year the world goes up, the budget goes up on everything. Like you know, like.
And I don't think people understand that the creative and the arts and all of these gig economy jobs, like they do not provide no 401k, no regulars check, no scheduled fucking pay. Like that's not how it goes. So. A lot of them, you're like, oh, they were famous, but yeah,
from
they were
my
famous.
mind, yeah. Remember, from our mindsets as kids, we was thinking these people was on TV, they was stars, they was making money, they was making millions, they move, you know, millionaires. Then we get in the business and we see the real, actual truth of the entertainment business. Like it's really grit for grind. Like you feel me? Like your next paycheck is your last paycheck until you find the next paycheck. You know, or your next paycheck is until your contract's up.
Be real. A lot of the people today. A lot of people today are still sitting here and they're just trying to make the appearance of being on that level, but they're not really on that level yet. But that's what they're trying to continue to be paid as, so they keep that up. But a lot of that is that. Like a lot of people, a lot of these artists that you guys think are just surviving off of their rap music and off of everything else, they actually got a day job that you wouldn't even know about.
Yeah, that's real.
True that.
Never wrong with having a day job, but sometimes sometimes I'll just be like, man, don't fake the funk on social media and have that presence or like that attitude, that ego to me. It's like, nigga, you're not just as another human being in regular.
But some people aren't faking the funk as if they're getting money off of rap. They're just showing you that they got money and they just happen to be rappers, and y'all assume that the money's off of rap.
They make that connection.
Yeah.
But that,
true. You right.
If I was managing these artists, I would tell them the same thing. If you have the money, keep the appearance up as if you are successfully making it off rap, because regardless, you are already being successful because you have the money. The rest of it is coming off of you pushing your image to be more successful off this music.
So pushing the resume.
So if this is about your story that you're trying to push, you already doing this, that, and the third, then keep this image up. You don't have to sit here and be like, oh, you know, one thing that I would say was great was the dude that was on the old boy that was the post office guy. What was his name? He was a rapper, famous, big time rapper.
PG Pac-Man or something.
Yeah, Pac-Man something. The donut dude. He famous for always going viral with donuts.
Yeah, he was a mailman. He got a viral hit and all that. Got signed, and he kept his day job.
Exactly, he still kept his day job because the money was still there. So it was like, you can still be a 9-to-5 person and still put forth everything into your career and still be making money because you have a 9-to-5. And that is actually the smartest thing to do, because this music shit takes time to start paying off. It takes time. And when it comes down to it, when you are signed to someone, they give you an advance, and then you are stuck with that money that they give you, and then everything else comes back later on down the line in years, not in months, but in years.
It's a debt.
Exactly, you're in debt. So that's the same thing with these actors and actresses. You guys think that they have money, but what they did do was get paid already up front, and even though you're seeing this shit everywhere, they already got their cut. Unless that they started making these new deals with these people that's saying, hey,
residuals, they might still be making, but even then it could be like a couple $100s a month, because still is not
feasible and livable.
Exactly. It's not to live off
still not getting paid for.
But that's why they have to work so many jobs to get a residual just to make rent. Exactly. That's why a lot of these actors. That's why a lot of these actors are still living in apartments and shit like that. They're not even having
because the residual is only 13 cents.
Yeah. Like Slim
Shout out
Johnson
to everybody who still got a job.
For Grand Theft Auto yet.
Who?
Slim Johnson. He hasn't got paid for his voice work in Grand Theft Auto. And Grand Theft Auto 5 been out since 2013.
Exactly.
Shout out Slim Johnson. He fell asleep in my car one time.
Shout out Slim. All right, here's your topic, Ellie. Rihanna's pregnant with her third child with A$AP Rocky.
Why you give me that topic? Because my husband's obsessed with her?
Oh, that was Sneaks, my bad.
I got a video. So he claims he's not. He claims he's not. But I literally got a video of him where I was like, "What's this video?" You know how Google be bullshitting. Google is like, "Hey, remember what you did 6 years ago?" And then it brings up the video. And so I was like, "All right, let me look at this video." Cause it's him. The thumbnail is him like this. Look. And I'm like, oh, let me look at him because he looks adorable, right? Let me click on it. And the video is him. I'm pointing it at him. He's like this. And then I pointed at the TV and it's Rihanna's ass performing.
Super Bowl.
Before she was pregnant, not the pregnant one.
No, she
was the pregnant one?
She announced she was pregnant at that Super Bowl performance.
He was getting turned
that
on
was
by
the
a
Chiefs
pregnant
versus
chick.
the Eagles.
That was not me.
Yeah, that was the Chiefs.
Right.
versus
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Doug.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why I took a video of it, because I'm like, you know what? Ain't nobody gonna tell me this didn't happen. I got proof. I got proof of his.
But he was
You got proof that I was turned on?
He was performing.
Yes, you can see a chub in the video.
He was performing.
It's right there.
It's crazy.
That's an argument ended right there. Remember this?
Yeah, exactly.
She was performing, man. It's all good. He was, you know, it's all good. He was just, you know, recording.
But it seemed like ASAP Rocky before him, man. This baby number 3, right?
Yeah, I think.
That's right. ASAP Rocky performing on her ass.
Was she pregnant during the trial?
He fucking the shit out of her.
That's what I thought.
Was she pregnant during the trial?
That's what I thought.
He ain't giving no time.
Hold on. No, I don't give a fuck. I'm making my husband feel like shit. He fucking the shit out of Rihanna's ass. He over there. No, not you. Rocky. Rocky got her.
I was imitating him.
He 3 for 3.
Look at him. He imitating the dude now. Now he just over there projecting ASAP Rocky.
Steph Curry.
All right, we got a couple more. We got like 2 more. Here's the last one of the last 2. Doechii was accused of verbal abuse to her assistants at the Met Gala, asking for 2 more umbrellas to cover her outfit and hair, and so she could surprise everybody.
That's verbal abuse?
But she was...
I guess being rude about it.
Just being rude, a little
What was
aggressive.
rude about it?
Just the way she was saying, aggressively shit.
Was it their job?
Shit, I don't know, nigga.
Maybe,
mostly,
What, did
maybe.
she call them stupid or something?
No, it wasn't stupid. It was just aggressive tone.
Did she call them the R word?
If you don't stop, honestly, it doesn't. It's not like, well, as long as you don't do that, you're good. Like, no, you still gotta be shown a certain amount of respect. I haven't had one artist that I work with that I feel is on level that it's like that could do that has done that. They've all been very respectful and very like, look, this is what I need, and they appreciate the effort of actually being there for them. So I don't think that just because you feel you're a diva, you get to sit here and talk to people however the fuck you want. Like,
That
that's
was
not
not
okay.
my question. I asked.
It seemed like you were trying to justify her
I
actions.
wasn't justifying anything. I'm trying to figure out what justifies the fact that it was verbal abuse.
It was just her aggressive tone, the way she was saying it, very probably direct.
See, according to him, though, you can be aggressive, you can yell, you can do all that, and all you're doing is expressing yourself. And that's
I'm not saying that's expressing myself. That's me being very angry at the fact that I'm paying you to do something. And if I didn't sit here and tell you that you are stupid, illiterate, ignorant, fail to be able to do your job, stupid, incompetent, then what was the abuse that was given?
That's why God don't make you rich. You don't knock it off. He about to treat people like shit as soon as he's paying them.
I didn't say
Is this not what I pay you for?
No, I'm not saying that.
Are you not getting paid?
If you feel offended by the way I speak to you is one thing, but to say that I am verbally abusing you is another, and that's why I'm asking these questions. I'm not saying she was justified or she was okay. I'm asking what actually happened for these words and its terms to be placed upon her.
That she was asking for more umbrellas in a very aggressive.
But here's the difference between
aggressive, ruly way.
I was gonna say there's a difference between like if you guys give me more umbrellas, I need more umbrellas now. And if y'all bitches don't start getting me some umbrellas, y'all about to be going right back to the stupid projects that you came from. See, now that's different.
Exactly.
You see how that hits a little different?
Well, she didn't do that.
What did she do? That's what we're asking. What did she do? What did she say? What did she do?
She needs some motherfucking umbrellas. More umbrellas.
How did she say it?
Aggressively.
No, but how did she say it though?
I can't.
Yes, you can. I just imitated her. Imitate her. Come on now.
I can't imitate
Don't
her.
leave me out here by myself.
The only reason why I'm asking this question is because what was the overweight girl that just went through this? Lizzo just went through the same thing with her people, and it put her in a back burner and a platform where she's no longer being talked about no more behind these statements.
Well, Lizzo is back out.
And she did it though, right? Lizzo did what they accused her of doing. That was actually abusive or whatever. What was
Verbal
it?
abuse.
Verbal abuse, correct? That what she did?
Allegedly, they haven't really said yes or no to
allegedly, and that's the only reason why I'm asking this question when it pertains to this, because we're going down that same route.
No, I get what you're saying. It's all alleged. But it's just from the video that I seen. She was aggressively saying, "I need some more umbrellas" and whatever else she was saying. So, but I don't feel like it was verbal abuse. I felt like it was just like I need my debut at the Met Gala to be perfect. So I need y'all bitches to get in line.
Well, for one, she shouldn't even be the one doing that. For one. For one, because absolutely, and this is the number one thing that we tell all artists, you should not be being the bad guy in front of anybody. You should have somebody who is the bad guy for you. You should never be the one to tell somebody, fuck no, fuck that shit. You should be like, you know what? Get in contact with my team. I think that's a wonderful idea. And then your team tells them, fuck no, that's some stupid shit. You know, but you're not the bad guy. You can never be the bad guy. You got to understand your image is everything in this industry. And you can never be the bad guy. So her doing all of this shit was her being the bad guy. She should have had a manager there, an assistant there, somebody there, a fucking cousin there if she wants to be ghetto. Somebody to be like, okay, no, hold on. I need you guys all to get her umbrellas in line, please. And that's it. But she should not have been the one to be putting this image forth. When you're an artist, you're on all the time. That's your image. That's your persona. That's who you are. That's who you're painting to the people. You can't do this.
Exactly.
But I
listened to the video.
When I also... you say what?
I just listened to the video. So basically, everybody's voices elevated, yelling for it wasn't in a disrespectful tone. It was more like we gotta hurry up because we're on a scheduled time frame. So it's like niggas' voices are gonna be elevated when time frames are about to squeak by. So it's gonna get like heated.
But being in the workplace is just like being like. So I work with kids. So I already know, like, when things get heated, when things get the most, that's when you need to quiet down the most. Because if you start sitting here and yelling at them and doing all this aggressive shit at them, that's when you set yourself up to sit here and get reported. Yeah. So it's like, you can't be that person as much as you want to be, and that might be needed in the moment. You can't be that person when you are the one signing the checks because you're the same one who can get sued for that shit. You are an employer.
You need like a
period, point blank. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. You need a bad guy.
Yeah, well, no,
by the way, artists, I am a very good bad guy. I'm very well at doing this shit. I don't give a damn about people hating me. You know, I am that designated bad guy.
There are some people that can get away with this.
Hey, that's a good market plan. I can be your bad guy.
That's already what the fuck I play. Ask anybody who's worked with me. Why do you think they look like they're so friendly?
I'm like, hey, she's a
bad person. Sometimes
person.
work with people like Gordon Ramsay. That nigga can talk to anybody any type of fucking way and get results.
Oh, no, see, because yes, he can, and
it's
you love it.
Funny because he's not.
I think even the people who he's cussing out would probably love it too. Like,
listen to me. The shit that goes on that show and the way he speaks to people is based upon the simple fact that it's written in the contracts that they had to accept this shit. If this was regular business shit, he will be getting sued. But people respect the fact that this is a glorified person. They look for those opportunities that they feel like that they need to accept this shit. But in this day and age, if that contract is not signed when they go work for this person, they will be suing Gordon Ramsay.
So for certain things, so here's the thing though. For certain jobs, if you get hired on as a cast member, you have to take on a lot of more things than regular employees would. So for example, Disney. Disney's one of the biggest ones for that. They don't sign you on as an employee. They sign you on as a cast member. Because like as a cast member, they can require a whole lot more from you that they cannot require legally of an employee. As far as looks, as far as weight, as far as height, as far as everything else that they require of these employees. Well, cast members that they employ.
Oh, that's some good information. Mm-hmm. Also, I was going to say about Doechii, the whole Doechii situation. Another thought that came to my head while I was watching the video was they were just trying to find something to point negative about her because she's been in such a positive light.
If they wanted to do that, they could have pointed out about how she said a heterosexual male is a red flag. Let me defend heterosexual males. That is not a red flag.
Yeah.
Shady, what's up? She made a face.
For real? Look, I have nothing against homosexual males. But I just also want to say, hey, look, just as good as homosexual males are, heterosexual males are also very good. Both of them are invaluable. Okay?
What was the face for? Is what my question was.
Oh yeah, good question.
Well, okay. The face is just how we were talking about Smokey Robinson, Diddy, and just how.
Who got the tray?
I have the tray over here. She knows that.
Damn, no, I did not know that, or else I wouldn't have been asking Bankhead for it. My bad for interrupting. I tried to do it quietly. They just had to be loud. Go ahead.
And just how men can have a certain level of entitlement when it comes to just life, and then women. And I don't know if you guys heard about the the Telegram group of like 75,000 men who were sharing stories about how to like grape women and like what they.
I seen it on
Hell
Twitter.
no, I never seen that.
I haven't even heard about
I
that.
never even
First of
heard
all,
of
what
that. That
is
should be.
Telegram?
So Telegram
like
is
Telegram is a place that people sell drugs.
I mean, I feel like
Again, how the fuck do you know? This is the second time. Make a clip of this. This is how do
They
you
sell
know?
empty. They sell the
do a
empty
lot of
cars.
shit.
Telegram got they got was it Telegram or WhatsApp? The owner got put in jail because he didn't give up the information or like give access to the cops because of drug trafficking or
Gun trafficking.
because it's end-to-end encrypted communication.
Yes.
So you can't. Yeah, that's why a lot of people use WhatsApp.
Oh, it was WhatsApp or Telegram? It was one of the
Telegram.
two.
Yeah.
I use
But
WhatsApp to talk to my
Telegram
grandma.
is the one that they were using.
Innocent
Okay.
shit.
They were using Telegram.
It was one of those
But
two. It was Telegram.
It was
Okay.
75,000 men in a group.
75,000.
With tips on how to
And
grape.
it was like literally like them sharing stories about how they grape their wives, they grape their
So
you know,
great.
like all like and like what's the best way
Which,
to
by the
do
way, is
it,
legal.
like how you can like you can put stuff in their drinks, you know, you can like just all like sharing pictures, sharing stories, you know, and
You gotta rape your
and I
wife.
think I just feel like this is why a lot of like it. I don't know. I don't know where it started, but the whole notion of like if you will fight a man or a bear, and like how women were like, I'll choose the bear because
The bear's not gonna try to rape you. I'm sorry.
like at least I know what I'm gonna get from the bear. You're just gonna
bear
maul
will
me.
not like you.
You're gonna maul me.
We
Yeah,
need you to
we
start
already
being
know
able to
this.
beat this
Yeah.
shit out.
Boom. Like
Yeah.
that's it.
Like we know your nature. The bear has nature.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like when it comes to men and how like they can pretend like they're
have a
listening to
friendly
you,
face.
and then they're pretending like you said you like these things, so I'm gonna be that for the moment, and then or I weaponize like, well I took you somewhere, I gave you these things, like we got this far into the act, you can't say no now.
Oh,
Like, you know, just like as women, there's a certain percentage of women who have just not said no because it got too far and they didn't feel safe enough to say no. Because it's like, oh, it's gone this far. Okay, well, I can't. Let's just get it over with.
so fun
You know,
fact.
so-
if you invite a dude into your apartment, like let's say you're like, oh, we're gonna have a date, and you know I'm gonna cook dinner for you, and you can come to my apartment, and then he rapes you, you can't actually. I'm sorry, you can't charge him for rape. Because of the fact that you invited him into your apartment with the idea of a date. Huh?
And that's
What's
us.
this,
What is this
It's
state
not
in? I'm not
vampire
sure
law.
that's in every state. What state is that?
Like, I don't know.
Like I invite you in my house and
I
then
say that's if that is true, that's crazy because that completely contradicts a woman's right to say no at any point. Like even if initially I was okay with this, and as it progressed, I'm not.
Probably not
I
California, to
should
be
have
honest.
to. I should be able to say, you know what, I'm not okay with this anymore. Like I'm sorry. I got you riled. I'm sorry.
But then,
we
so
got
let's play
riled up.
devil's advocate.
yeah, Paul.
Let's play devil's advocate because I am also the mother of a son. So at what point, like how late is too late for her to be like, you know what, I didn't want this. So let's say that my son is sitting here and, you know, having consensual sex with somebody. But after the fact, she's like, oh my God,
That's,
never mind. I really didn't want this because
No,
I was a
that's
virgin
a-
before this.
that's a different.
And then she still reports that as that.
Well, that's
What
that's
if she
that's
didn't want it
something.
because she's like, oh my God, the dick is trash. Or, oh my God,
That's
he
different.
doesn't know how to really eat out pussy and I don't really want to go any further.
Or you know what? I was drunk
That's
an hour
different.
ago
That's-
when we started, but now we worked this shit out and I'm
Okay,
sober.
So
There
what,
is differences,
No, so
that's all I wanna know
listen.
what-
So
Not
what,
defending them, by the way, at all. I don't know.
No,
But
I
it's just
get it.
wondering, like, as the mom of a boy,
I
like,
feel
at
like-
what point?
I feel like what you guys are talking about is like dissatisfaction with the service, like which is completely different.
Yes.
Like I can't be mad that you didn't deliver on a certain level, you know, that I expected. Like that's just my expectations not being met. That's just life. You're not gonna always get what you wanted. But in terms of like, okay, we were making out, we started touchy feely. Then maybe you became a little, maybe because the woman you dealt with before me liked aggressive things, and now you're being aggressive because you think one size fits all, and now I'm uncomfortable because I'm not like that, and now I want to say no. because now I am uncomfortable, and this is moving fast. Like us moving slowly was okay for me, but now that you sped up the timeline, I'm not okay with this. So that part and not being able to say no, and a lot of men being like, "What you mean? You already right here. You should just." Like, I've literally been told, like, you should just... How you gonna tell me what I should do? Just because your dick is hard. And, like, obviously, I'm turned on as well because we're right here. But you can't tell me that what I'm feeling, the conflict that I'm feeling right now is not worth being acknowledged and being honored, ultimately. Like, that's... Because then once you're done, now I have to sit with myself and think like, okay, well, why did I go through with that? Like, okay, I didn't want to, and now potentially I'm questioning like, okay, well, is this how it always goes? Do I always have to just go with it? Even if I don't, even if I did say no and you made me feel bad about it, because ultimately we're in this space because I want to play. I want it to be enjoyable for the both of us. This is not a pay. Here's the money on the dresser. This is not that. So it's not that I came here to pump fake you or to set you up to be like, I got you going.
But how far are you able to go as a woman before you're able to be like, you know what? I wasn't trying to go that far.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It's different. We can't.
Are you allowed to want to rub up on something without fucking?
You can, but I feel
as a female, by the way.
Absolutely. I feel like you can, but I also feel like you, as females, too, we have to be aware and also considerate and understand, like, this is a man, this is a human being who's going to have a reaction as well.
And he should be able to control that reaction, though. I don't feel like a man's anatomy should be an excuse.
No, not at all. Not that, okay, he got hard, so now something has to happen. Right. Not saying that, but if you're...
About fucking?
For real?
Yeah, consensual. And then the ability to, like, if we're going to a certain point, and then now I don't...
No, he's in the restroom.
He went to the restroom.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even notice. That's my bad.
If we get to a certain point and it's like, okay, wait, I'm not okay with this. Hold on. Can we stop? Like that,
y'all start and stop.
Yes, but the fact that like, okay, maybe I'm not as comfortable with this as I thought. Like, okay, like
how many no's and stops do you stop until you stop?
Shit. First, at the latest second.
No's. Like there shouldn't be multiple no's.
That's what I'm saying.
This is not like...
What if you kiss her and she's like, no, stop. Then you kiss her again. She's like, no, stop. Then
why are you kissing her again after she said no, stop?
Then because she's still rubbing you.
What?
She's still rubbing you. Like,
what do you mean by rubbing you? Like, is she because there's a difference. Is she rubbing your dick or is she like rubbing your arm? Because she might just be trying to grab some balance. Like,
nah, rubbing.
Oh no,
are we intoxicated?
Exactly.
Man,
she might be like, no.
Intoxicated or
no.
I never heard.
That's pushing you off. I don't know if you know, but that's like.
I heard a no before. Don't get me wrong.
Listen to me.
I heard like a no. Like I heard.
Whoa! Wait! Hold on.
That sounds crazy.
Cut that! Red eye!
No.
But
no.
What?
Like I heard a no before, like, and that just means
camera.
no, because that to me was like, all right, bam, I stopped. You feel me? Let me fucking finish. You heard? Let me finish.
I'm not scary.
No,
I don't know.
I heard a no. Like I could like dissect a no. Stop. This is really not going on versus a no. Let me double think about this. Okay, keep going. Like I could dissect.
You know what the police gonna ask you? You know what the police gonna ask her? Did you say no? And she gonna say yeah. It's not gonna be about did you say no or did you say no?
Right.
Did you say no?
Okay, but she's like, I don't want to do this, but
this takes me back.
That's the thing though. But is not a statement.
Hold on, baby.
But I really do want to get consent to do this.
This takes me back to the Smokey Robinson conversation. I don't understand how niggas can get they off for great. I don't care if my pants are down and my shit is out. If the females say no, nigga, we stopping.
And I feel like he means like that's not even like a oh I gotta respect. It's more like that's a turn off. if you trying to fuck somebody and they talking about no, like that's I don't even want to fuck you no more.
No, I'm
like,
saying both.
You good? You can stay over there. Then I don't even need to fuck you if you want to say no to me.
I don't, and it's also a respect thing. Like we not finna take this shit no further once you start saying no, because now I'm in my head. This is entering once the first no come out, we entering into the zone of grape.
Mm-hmm. Like, for us, it's not even that. But if at any point, like, let's say it's the middle of the night and I'm over here trying to start something and he's like, I'm not continuing. Right. The fuck, you're not enthused. You're that means no. That means get the fuck off. I'm not about to be excited if you over here like, okay.
So I'm
go ahead. Yeah. Like,
and that's how you to no matter no.
Okay, but if you,
the question was how far is it? How far do we go before you say no is no? And that's what I'm saying.
No.
Regardless of the fact of how far, we were kissing, so that meant we didn't go further enough, or I was playing with her shit, and then once I put my pants down, she said no. So, but I thought it was okay because I already felt her and she was ready. So I think that she was just,
wet,
but it's like, no.
That is what so many victims try to self-blame for, because they're like, oh, my body reacted, so therefore I'm guilty. And it's like, that's not
But
it.
like, saying, it's like, come on, let's do this. She's like, no, but come on, let's do this. She's like, come on, then. You just step to her, and she stepped to you, and like, all right. That's not great.
It's not.
Did she say no after the all right?
If she stepped to you or you stepped to her, then that's
the thing. Hold on. Did she say no after the all right again?
This is
like general.
In general, not just saying like Bankhead in personal.
But that's why, like, it's all about the intent of, like, okay, did she intend to? Did she not intend to? Was she saying yes after the fact that you were like clarifying what was going on and she knew what was going on and everything, or did she start saying, oh no, I didn't want that?
Okay, let me ask y'all as females, have y'all ever said no and really meant yes?
That's a good question.
So hold on, no, I was gonna say no because I feel like for a woman it's very, when you say no, like you genuinely mean no.
And then
I don't think any woman sits here and is like, no, come on.
And
I
think think the part that you're probably talking about, Bankhead, is kind of like the flirty, like, and like maybe like we're in public, or like we're like maybe we're still outside somewhere.
Right, people can see us
like
and you're trying to be like, hey,
stop. It's a yes, but no, not right here, right now.
But what if it's the but how do we know it's that, or is we just met and I'm trying to pretend like I'm not that easy, but I actually do want this?
If you just met, you should automatically accept that no. You just met this bitch. What is wrong with men? If you just met her, that's a no.
I mean, look.
Who the fuck are you to assume, she really means yes, I really know her. I've known her for like an hour. It's fine. Like, no. If you just met her, that's absolutely a no.
Exactly. No bodies. No
bodies. No, get the fuck out of here.
Body language tells different stories
Did you know that a major reason why victims of sexual abuse actually don't report their sexual abuse is because of the fact that people will try to tell them, their predator will tell them, well, you got hard. Well, you got wet. Well, your body reacted like this, which means you really wanted it. And even if they didn't want it, their body will react like that, because a man's body, if you start rubbing his penis, it will get hard. A woman's body, if you start rubbing your clitoris enough, it will get wet. So that's physiological reactions that these type of people will try to use against them to try to say, oh, well, you really wanted it because this was happening. And that's not true. Your physiology is a lot different than your psychology. That doesn't mean you actually wanted it. It means somebody was able to set off the same way as if somebody starts tickling you. You're going to sit here and laugh whether you like the person or not because they're poking a certain rib.
What if you're not ticklish?
Homie, pick a different one then. What the fuck?
Tomato.
Is that really the fucking argument you're putting up right now, Bankhead? What are...
Yeah, but I get
what you're saying.
I mean, I understand.
What the fuck is that?
I understand from the male perspective, where you're trying to figure out like where the line is, like where what's the line of like
whenever it starts to get doubtful, that's
like
line.
More than anything.
Just stop.
The first no, like you said, I feel like Sneaks is just a good, easy baseline. Like the first no, like because ultimately, if you're dealing with an immature person, an immature woman who's gonna like play that like back and forth game with you, you don't need to be going there with her anyway.
Not
like
only
especially from a young man's perspective, like you could get caught. Like I mean, I wouldn't say from any age, but I feel like as you get older, you just see the signs and like, okay, bitch, you playing. I'm not like no. So, but like maybe for somebody younger who maybe doesn't know the signs and doesn't know what's what, the first no is a no. And if she's talking about, well, no, why'd you stop? Don't play that game with her. Like, she's doing too much. She's got some shit that she needs to deal with because I don't play that
That's
no
what I was
game.
about to add, too.
Like, unless we're in a relationship and now we've established, like, we're role-playing type shit. Like, and now, you know, now this is I know you. We're in a, you know, we're role-playing. We're in a, you know, in a scenario. Okay, that's different. But outside of, like you just said, Ellie, I don't know you. You said no. No means no. Period.
Exactly.
Especially because no is universal. No is no in every language. So.
My last thing before we close. I got my last thing. Prom graduation season is around the corner. What was your prom and your prom dress color and suit tux color?
I was black.
You had a dress?
You had a dress or a suit?
I had a dress.
You had a dress?
I wasn't wearing no damn suit.
Yeah,
did you have a date?
You got down there a full liquor suit on right now.
I know, but no.
Did you have a date?
Did you have a date?
I did not. My who was going to go with me, he ended up like crashing his car like like a month before prom and had to pay a bunch of shit off, and you know, so he ended up not being able to go. And then so I didn't have like a backup or another, you know, like
what was your dress like?
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna show y'all. I got you. It was actually.
Just describe it in the meanwhile. Like, was it a strapless? Was it like, halter?
It was custom made.
Was it
actually.
Sweetheart? Really?
It was custom made, yeah, actually. So it wrapped around the neck right here, and it came down here, and then it was black and wrapped. I think my back was out. It went all the way down to the floor. I had a tiara as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your hair was pressed or was it braids?
Yeah, it was pressed. It was up. It was up, curls, up.
Who did your hair?
You gotta see a picture of this shit.
Had got it done from my hairdresser at the time.
Don't worry, when we do the clip, she gonna.
I was gonna ask you what you used to do.
Who did your makeup? Your mom, your grandma?
You said what?
Who did your makeup?
Actually, she did hair and makeup.
Oh,
she did my makeup too.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up right over Western, Imperial Western.
Imperial Western.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I went to Narbonne though. That's 100th. You know, I lived in like 111.
That's the what? What was it? What is it?
Asked that before.
I might, but I wasn't really. I wasn't really around like that. I might know the nigga around. Maybe on that, maybe. But
what about y'all? What about y'all?
I didn't go to prom. I was a real street nigga. I wasn't
jail.
No, I wasn't. I was a real street nigga. Prom wasn't my speed at the time. My girlfriend was older. Like prom wasn't something that I was up there on the ladder for what I got going on.
I was being abused by older ladies. It was like a 30-year-old over here with a 17-year-old, and he was like, my girlfriend was older. She used to buy me shoes. Oh, wow. It was one of those situations. Yeah, Thank you. Shout out to YG for bringing up that issue.
Predator.
Yes.
Oh, you got predator.
But he don't even know about that. He over here like movie.
You got preyed on. He was like, hey,
he was like Moby.
All right, Ellie. What about you, Ellie?
Oh, I had a normal prom. Like, I had my best friend. So I wasn't dating nobody or nothing. It was my best friend. Like, he'd been my best friend since, I'd known him probably since the 3rd grade. And then, like, we were really just friends in high school. And it was absolutely one of those, like, friends, but just friends. And then he went to prom with me. And then, that's it. It was normal.
What color dress, nigga?
Oh, it was blue. It was royal blue. I had one of those, like, it was a strapless, like, gown. Like, it was a gown. It went down. It spread out and everything, like a little princess and all that shit.
That's hard.
Yeah. And then I had my hair all short, and then I had, like, little rhinestones all in it, and I had it flared out. Oh, yeah. I was all, and then my nails were all, like, blue, and then I used to be a little more ghetto back then, so it was, like, the long curved nails, so it wasn't exactly great, but still, like, I thought I was the shit. And it was royal blue also with little diamonds on them. I thought I was the shit. Oh, and I had my blue contacts on, too. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, bro, that's fine.
Yeah, I got some pictures from that day.
Red Eye, you went to prom?
No.
You ain't go to prom?
Hell no.
He said hell no, nigga.
Why not?
After I kicked out of King Drew, I just stopped really giving a fuck about 12th grade, the senior shit.
You went to Drew Magnet?
Why'd you get kicked out?
So.
Do you have a mic or?
No, he don't.
All right, everybody.
He talk loud.
No, don't do that, please.
Oh, my bad.
So,
It's the brandy. It's the brandy.
in my 11th grade year, my grades were like kind of like slipping, so I put more work into studying like overnight, so I ended up falling asleep in class. And these dudes in my art class kept fucking with me while I was like,
Wait, what?
He was falling
they
asleep
was
in
throwing
class. So
shit
doing
at
art
me
class.
while
I heard
was
what you
asleep.
heard of.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
And I kind of got pissed the fuck off and wanted to fight these niggas. So we went to the 3rd floor bathroom. I ended up fighting like 4 seniors. I broke a sink, a toilet, and I sent two to the hospital. And they were like, "You defended yourself, but we have a 0 tolerance for fighting," so they kicked me out.
Oh, okay, here you go.
We had a dude do that at my school, and I remember he was like the biggest, like, not to say you, but like this guy. This guy was like the biggest nerd, like the biggest like loner, the biggest like never got in trouble, straight A, like 4 point something. Like he was just one of those dudes, right?
So
one guy
for a
used to
clip.
bully his
That's fine,
ass.
that's fine.
He bullied him so much that one day this guy punched him and broke his nose. And they let him get away with that shit.
Oh yeah.
Because they were like, nah.
That's
Like
fine.
they looked at him like, nah.
They're like, y'all had to do something.
For real. And then, yeah.
But
Yeah, that's
yeah,
crazy.
they have a 0
Oh my God.
It's 0
All right, so
tolerance.
for me, before we exit, I know we're supposed to be getting out of here. Shout out to everybody that's been tuned in this far. Make sure y'all send in that clip so we can add it to the clip for this. But my question is,
You gotta send it.
what
Just
is
in
y'all
case you
take?
doesn't send it. Somebody's in on this.
What is y'all take on this West Coast
It's gonna be something.
produced album by Problem, aka Jason Martin?
Oh, yep.
What's his name?
Lefty gun.
Lefty Gunplay. I was actually surprised about the album. Like, I'm not a big fan of like Lefty Gunplay. I feel like he needs to still improve on his rapping ability. But he is a character. He is a star when he walks in the room. Like, you can feel that energy off of him. And he is the man of the people. You feel me? And you can't disrespect or not say he's not the man of the people because he connects with everybody, every race. He connects with everybody, So I was very surprised about the album. His album.
Can't get right.
Can't Get Right. And I was happy that Problem took him under his wing and helped him in the studio. That's what I'm guessing. That he helped him perfect his flow, his beat selection, and how to like really orchestrate songs, or features, skits, production, the beat selection, like I said, or even just adding vocals on it, like with the singing. Like a couple of the singles, he has some singing on there. So I'm like, he's that type of artist where he could storytell. He can actually sell some stories, and people gonna believe him because the shit can actually be real from his lifestyle.
And I like what you said because I feel the same way. So, Lefty Gunplay, I fuck with him as a person. That nigga is a cool person because he's authentically himself as a person / as a rapper. He gives you who he is regardless if you see him as a rapper or just as a person. Did I love this album? I didn't get deep enough into it to say I love it, but I did stop at a song that I did love and found it was to be the best song off the album, which was that MC8 play with featuring The Game. That song was a shit, and I feel like that was very great off of the production wise, Jason Martin, and what The Game did and what Lefty Gunplay did. But what really keeps me locked into him is the fact that he knows how to be this artist that did what Jay-Z did. I'm reincarnating other people's bars so you can still get the full picture of what I'm trying to say to you.
Okay.
And that's what Jay-Z did with Biggie's lyrics. Off of every album, he got Biggie lyrics throughout all his songs. A lot of people don't know that, but
I used to like Jay-Z because I was like, they was like, Jay-Z got a lot of Biggie lyrics. You stole a lot of Biggie lyrics, and I was just like, oh, if you're not authentic or original, like, I can't call you like the greatest rapper alive. So I was like, I always had it for a long time. I had to think about it for Jay-Z, but now that reversed. That changed.
Because he's not stealing verses, he's stealing bars. So it's like, I'm not really taking your shit. I'm really paying homage to what you did.
Exactly.
No, I got that. That's where I got. I had to, grow up and mature and really think about it.
Brody, he really reminds me of G Perico. He seems like a Mexican G Perico. And when I say that is because he brings his own style to the table, but he tells his story, and he's going to make his story fit into this song that he's making, because I'm not really making a song. I'm really telling you a story. So regardless if you thought that it fit here or not, I'm going to put it here because it's a part of the story. And that's what music is. Like rap, hip-hop, gangster rap, West Coast story music is storytelling. So I love the fact that he does that and incorporate that throughout all of his music. So I fucks with him. This album was pretty cool. I love the spotlight that he got off of this album.
I felt like the rollout of the album should have been way better. I didn't see no listening party unless I wasn't invited, but I didn't see it from nothing promoted like that. I just seen him and just drop it, like here you go. So I hope it. Did he sign anywhere? Is he signed?
He's still OTR.
No, OTR. Hey, no, I know he signed to OTR, but is OTR and them have any joint
no, I believe they did.
With...
I believe they did end up snatching up a joint venture. I can't say who it was with, but I believe they did end up snatching it up finally.
Let me just double check and
when
see.
they was first talking about it, a lot of shit got snatched off the table because of who he is. But I believe that he came back and ended up getting that joint venture.
OTR Records, 50 million, Futuristic and Empire. Futuristic Music Group and Empire. That's who put out the album.
One thing I gotta admit that I did not like out of that album, because I know Bankhead, you were very supportive of. Hey, listen to it. We're like, all right, let's listen to it, right?
Because I was very surprised about the the whole.
I'm not against it. Just hold on, listen to the story. Just listen to the story. Live it with me, all right? Just be there with me.
I'm in the present, dog.
Just
I'm
be there with me.
here with you right now.
So we in the car, right? We're in the car on our way to Bankhead, on our way to Straight Out the Trunk Radio Studios, okay? We are on our way there. We got the blunts rolled. We got everything ready. We got the wine in the back, the brandy in the back. We are prepared to go and review this. We're like, you know what? We're going to listen to this Lefty Gunplay album that Bankhead from Straight Out the Trunk kept recommending, right?
Can't get right.
Right, can't get right. Lefty Gunplay, can't get right. We're going to go ahead and put this shit on. We're going to play it on the speakers. We're going to play this shit loud because that's what Bankhead told us we should do, right? So fuck it, we're gonna play this shit loud. We're smoking our blunt.
Pictures painted.
We're rolling down,
Pictures painted.
Yeah, we're rolling down the 405. We're listening to the songs. All right, cool. That's cool. We're listening to the next song. Oh, girl, that's cool. One of those songs, I don't even remember which song it was, but I just know it throughout my whole day because I don't know where you just hear. Woo! Yep. I'm like, oh my God.
The police is behind us.
Oh, wait. Fucking. Ooh, I hated you so much for those 5 seconds. I had a heart attack.
I ain't gonna lie, that happened to me too.
You heard that song? Yes. Fuck that song. Fuck that song. Fuck any artist that does that shit for the first time that I'm hearing them. You gave me a heart attack. I blunt in hand.
I get you. That happened to me before. I did. When I first heard, I was like, "Oh shit, who around me?" So I get it. But shout out Lefty Gunplay though.
If I was 10 years older, I'd be suing.
All good. But hey, we about to end this thing.
Did she hear the album?
Did you hear the album?
Oh yeah.
I heard a little bit of it. Like y'all said, I didn't.
What'd you think?
I didn't really get deep into it.
What you did hear?
Like you said, I think the storytelling is there. There, like you said, you could tell it's authentically like him. I don't know too much about him, but I think to be able to be put in with Jason Martin, is a good person. Like you were talking about Sneaks to like kind of, I think you too, Bankhead, just about like having somebody to kind of like, teach you and have, give you the tutelage you need to, really kind of become the artist that you really want to. And the production, you could tell the production was there for sure. I could tell. I can give you that, especially on some like, oh, this is your first. Like you can't. I'm sure we've all heard worse first projects. So I think there's a a lane for him for sure, and then he has a high ceiling. So I think that's it's a good thing to be able to go off of.
The size, like, what was that?
Yeah,
Hold
that
on.
was a loud sigh.
I'm so sorry,
what?
but Buddy is facing a case in California and in
that.
Texas,
I
and
didn't
that
know
is the scariest thing to be facing right now when you're talking about a high ceiling.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because he got 2 cases he's facing. He's out on bail in 2 states, in Texas and in California. You know,
Texas don't play.
And that's why. So this is looking like a whole nother O3 Greedo situation where O3 Greedo was blessed to get out in the little 5 years that he got out in. But he was also sentenced to 55 years? 60 years?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Big numbers, yeah, some big numbers.
So it's like, we don't know what can happen to Lefty the Gunplay right now. And then you got to also remember that he's running behind these politics that is like, hey, you got to pay for X amount of money. And it's like, this dude is going through a lot as an artist right now. Damn. And that's where I feel for him at. Because it's like, he has such a high ceiling, like you're saying. Yeah. But it's like, the ceiling gets lowered every time you start mentioning this. And it's like, God bless this boy.
Hey, run the album up, man. He needs it.
Yeah. Shout out Lefty Gunplay, can't get right. And that's a play off his name. If y'all didn't know, he is named Lefty because his homies always told him, you can't never get shit right. You will never get right. Like, you just a fuck up. So his name is Lefty. So that was a play off of his name. But this is straight up.
This is Straight Up Trunk Radio. This is podcast episode 1. We're gonna be doing this live every Monday, 8 p.m. So stay tuned. We're gonna start getting guests, start doing some challenges, and just having some fun and showing our personalities and another side of Straight Up Trunk Radio, other side is just interviews and shit like that. So
and send us your topics if you got something that you feel like we need to talk about or we need to mention in here. Go ahead.
Yeah, send us your topics.
Straight out the trunk. Bankhead, let them know where to send it.
SODTR_ Straight Up Trunk Radio. That's the Instagram, or SODTR014 @gmail.com. That is the email.
Or drop them in the comments.
Yeah, because I'm gonna try to clip this up, and it's gonna be a long clip. So
it may not be a long clip, but it will be a lot of clips. And if they are long, we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
It's gonna be a lot. This is 3 hours. This was a 3-hour episode.
And don't forget, we got Red Eye behind the camera, right on the keyboards. Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out Red Eye.
This is Shout Out the Trunk Radio. But what they call you again, Bankhead?
Shit, Bankhead the name?
Oh, okay. Just making sure you don't think that I'm just calling him that.
What do they call me, nigga? I was like, Shorty Do-Rag, nigga.
What else they call you?
Call me Shorty Do-Rag sometimes. That's another alter ego I got. You know, Shorty Do-Rag.
And if you suggest a topic
or
that makes it onto the segment.
What it do, Lo?
King Dulo might just give you
a
shout out.
Kid Dulo.
Oh, what Kid Dulo might just give you a shout out.
Oh, okay.
And your name?
I'm shaded. I'm shaded, y'all. Y'all can follow me on Instagram @StayShaded, followed by the number 1. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah,
I'm LEG. You can follow me at JustLEG, JUSTELIG. I'm sorry, y'all. It's the Brandy.
And I'm Speaks by the way, CEO by the way Entertainment. You can follow us at BTW_entertainment _BTW Sneaks.
It's your boy Bankhead the name, Straight Up Trunk Radio. Make sure you follow us, SODTR_. Follow me personally, Bankhead _ the name. Subscribe, like, share, comment, tell a friend, Straight Up Trunk Radio TV on IG. Not IG, on YouTube. Subscribe. StraightUpTrunk.com. Go to our website and check out our latest write-ups and music reviews and everything like that. Straight Up Trunk Radio. We see y'all next Monday. Stay tuned. We're going to be adding some more content, some more sports shows and wrestling shows and real life talk with Shaded and shit like that. Get y'all affirmations and positivity and mind right and everything like that. So peace out. Love y'all. Rise up, grind up, bless up. Pray for somebody other than yourself. Straight Up Trunk Radio. We out.